No problem.
Welcome to Xbox Uncut. My name is Jason, and we're here for another episode. Yeah, I guess I gotta try not to be too loud because there is a little echo on your end. It's alright, I'll just try not to yell.
On my end?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just try
Oh.
to not be too loud. Fun fact, Jason is a big car fan. Yes, I am. Where's my... Oh, never mind. I'm sad again. I don't have anything to say. Okay. And with me is Will. What's up, Will?
Hey, not much, Jason. How you doing?
Good. Doing very good. I actually had a Ford shirt on earlier, but then I got drenched in the rain, so I had to...
Oh, that sucks.
So, yeah.
Was it your favorite shirt?
No, I just recently bought it. It was a nice shirt, though. So, I had to clean it. But,
yeah, it's time to drain it.
we are going to talk about E3 today, and it's just going to be the me and Will, so unless Steph jumps on in a little while. He is dealing with his son, trying to get him to sleep. And the parents out there know what that's like, so...
We have a tip for stuff. Use chloroform.
No, Xbox Uncut does not encourage the use of chloroform on children. We are not sponsored by
yes.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, just joking. Just joking, Steph. I'm sorry.
Did you see? I know this is completely off left field, but did you see a network was actually playing episodes of Bill Cosby show, and one of the episodes last night was him grounding up aspirin and putting it in a kid's drink. Everyone went crazy.
That's not cool. Black artist is NyQuil. NyQuil would be a
NyQuil?
good one. Yeah, that's a little bit more devious, but
Yeah.
I think that can be a little bit more untraceable.
No, I'm usually against the idea of just going over news that's not maybe that interesting to talk about. Like, you can see this anyway if you just go to the subreddit, but hey. Crackdown 3, Terry Crews is a playable character because he asked to be, and I think that is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I really hope all his voices are in. Like, he just goes around and goes, boom! You know?
Yeah, he seems like a very natural fit for this type of game, especially considering his work with the Expendables and his action work and just how he is. He's a cool guy, so I mean it's just a very fitting.
I heard he actually,
place for him.
like, the custom suit they made for him so he looks like an agent, he actually kept breaking it while doing the trailer. Like, he was so, like, into it, he just kept breaking the thing.
Yeah, it does look very kind of form-fitting, so I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Yeah, but that is absolutely hilarious. I'm definitely, while we're talking about it, let's just talk about Crackdown 3 a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked what I've seen so far. I know a lot of people that have played it said it's very much Crackdown 1, which makes me
Does
very
look like
happy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look like it. Yeah, I've seen like the footage of it. The trailer doesn't do it justice. When you see it streamed, it does look a lot better. I don't know if it's an older build. That's what I heard, but it does look like pretty much the successor everyone's been asking for, and more of the same the first one. But who wouldn't want more of that? That's just collecting orbs and jumping and all that fun stuff.
How long has it been? How long has it been since the first one? That's kind of like I'm ready to play the first one again. If I could play the first one right now, well, technically I could if I had my 360 and a copy, but
Yeah,
if I had it available to me right now, I would. I mean, it's a great
I
game.
would too. And I'm surprised they haven't announced any like pre-order bonuses for that, like with as far as just the backwards compatibility
I hope
part.
they quit pre-order bonuses, but that's just me.
I do too. I mean, it's almost like, if you have the game ready, it's not really a big deal, but just announce it that's PC already, just to get that over with. But yeah, Prophecy says Crackdown 3 will be fun. What do you guys think of Phil's comments that there are new IPs to announce, but he doesn't want to talk about games that are 3 years away? Do you want to tackle that later, Jason,
Yeah,
or
let's
you
get.
wanna?
We are gonna talk about that. Let's get that into that in a little bit.
Okay.
To keep with Crackdown though, I really loved how. God damn it, Prophecy! Stop asking questions.
They're good questions, man.
No,
We'll
they
get to
are.
it.
They're
Don't worry
awesome
about it.
questions. I wanted to get Crackdown over with. Not that I want to hurry up and get it over with. But I liked they showed off like a gun that makes a black hole, and they were saying even the
Yeah,
trains that go by can actually be pulled off the tracks and be
oh, that's awesome.
sucked and like just sucked over. Oh crap! I'm not trying to spill a drink. You can just be sucked off the track and just come on, and you just have chains of explosions. Don't apologize, Prophecy. Now I feel bad. Um, But yeah, just that game looked wickedly fun, and they were talking about how they don't want to show the transforming cars and the driving skill yet because they don't want it to be, um, how would you say? They don't want people to look over it because especially in
Mhm.
Crackdown 1, it was kind of like the most underrated skill, and it really was. Um,
Yeah.
the only thing I didn't like about that skill in Crackdown 1 is that I really liked the in between transformations to the cars. Like, I really liked
Hmm.
the semi truck. I wish you had the ability to go to, like, the second transformation, and then if you wanted to, you could go to the top, you know, uh,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the
dynamically,
same
you know,
about the
actively.
suits. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I feel the same about the suits too, because there's some suits I like more than the others. So I wish you could kind of toggle between them, but I guess that would kind of defeat the whole upgrade system. But yeah, I agree with you. The cars look pretty cool too in certain states. I wish they let you have access to. Maybe they will. Who knows? Maybe if they got some feedback or something.
You know, one thing I
Um,
didn't understand about what they were pushing is this idea that, like, um, oh, the agents are so diverse now. But the agents were pretty diverse in the first game. You could be a black
yeah, it's
guy.
always been like that.
You could be like a lumberjack looking dude. You could be a goth. I always played as the goth guy. Um, they had I
Okay.
guess they were all. I don't think they had any. Could you play a woman in the first game? I don't think you could.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
It is
I,
nice
I
that they
thought
added
you
that,
could, but
but
yeah, yeah, that's cool.
the idea that the first one didn't have a diverse agents lineup though was kind of bullshit. It did. You
Yeah,
could be
yeah,
an
that's true.
Asian dude. They also had the Asian dude. They pretty much represented every race and kind of like stereotype.
Yeah,
So
I've always played the black fellow. I was because
no,
he's
he
he's
was
the front
cool
of the,
too. Yeah,
yeah, because he's pretty much I think he was pretty much the front
the main
mascot of
guy.
the game. Yeah, the main guy. So
Yeah.
so I picked a black dude. So he was cool. I'll probably do the
Uh,
same with the next one anyway. So and I don't need to have like a crazy diverse editor there. If you have a nice enough you know what do you call it, like preset, that's cool. I'll go with it.
excuse me. And moving off Crackdown, although I don't want to, I fucking love Crackdown.
Yeah,
I can't. Like, I'm really glad that it's basically a launch game.
yeah,
Well, it is a launch game, but it's going to be a
yeah.
nice game to have when you pick up your Xbox One X. Um,
And it's been teased since like remember that first announcement.
E3 2014, I believe. Was it 2013 when it was announced? Or was it 2004? You know what? Let's find this out real quick. You're probably right. It Crackdown 3 announcement. Because on this podcast, we try not to talk out of our asses. Let me see. E3.
Oh, sorry, I must have cut off when my controller went off.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry about that. But yeah, I was just saying that it'll be nice because they did tease it when we saw first the first Xbox reveal. I
It was
think it was like
2014.
yeah, so it was cool. I think most people this is like a very requested game, so it's nice to see them following through with it. Just before we move off of it, Jason, what did you think about the graphics? Do you think
I think the art style doesn't translate well over stream. Everyone I've
mhm,
heard play it said it looks really good, but I'm guessing that it's really hard to tell the detail, especially over a stream. Because a lot of
yeah,
people don't realize with 4K is yes, 4K looks really good over a stream, but it doesn't look anywhere as good as actually playing in 4K. Like you
Yeah.
really got to play a game in 4K to really get the idea of what it looks like. Extremely clean looking. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing that when you're actually playing it, it looks a lot better, but it doesn't look well over a stream or even YouTube. And I think
Yeah.
it's mostly it's partly because it's very dark, and a lot of what we saw was at night, and the art style. It's kind of
Yeah. I feel
like
like they're. Yeah.
you go with a simple art style, and it just doesn't translate well to detail, you know.
No.
But the crazy
Yeah,
thing
that's a
about
problem.
4K is that even simple stuff like Minecraft looks very good in 4K. And I know that sounds great. Like I saw one website go, Minecraft in 4K, what a dumb thing. Like, have you ever played Minecraft in 4K? Because it actually looks really good. I have. I've played
Yeah. Yeah.
Half-Life 2 in 4K, and Half-Life 2 in 4K is fucking awesome. Even
Oh
though
yeah.
it's
Forget about it.
extremely simple.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, the art style is very like comic booky.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first one had that. The second one sort of. Um, yeah, that's why I guess it doesn't really translate well. I think the what it'll have to make up for is the lighting, the draw distance, and the animation. So hopefully that'll I'll bring it all together. Um, but I don't think it looked that bad actually. I mean, people saying it looks like a 360 game. I'm like, that's one
No.
hell of a 360 game.
Yeah, no shit. I
So
always hate that kind of shit when people look at like certain games and they're like, "Oh, it looks like a PS2 game." Like, did you play on PS2? You
right.
got some rose-shaded glasses right there, man. But
Yeah, Black Rider saying the streams are compressed, like you said. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
and
they
bitrate
are.
too. When you get to the point where Crackdown's kind of one of those games where so much stuff is happening, and the more stuff happening, like you can go. There's actually a really good YouTube video that shows what bitrate matters, like how it affects the quality, and the more
Mhm.
stuff happening on screen, just the bitrate goes to hell. Like all the detail just goes away. So
Oh
you
yeah,
got
forget
huge
about it.
explosions and everything. It just kills it. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for Crackdown. I hope we see more. I'm guessing we'll probably see more of the multiplayer stuff at Gamescom.
Yeah.
I know everyone was mad. It was kind of funny because everyone was like, after we saw the multiplayer stuff, everyone was like, "Man, I wish they would just show campaign." And now that they only showed campaign, everyone's like, "Man, what happened to multiplayer?"
I know, right? You're like, come on, just pick one at least. Like, just.
Yeah,
I mean, I think people want to see ideally both, but like,
yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with just
Well, they wanted to
if they are
focus
gonna
on
show, yeah,
campaign. Yeah,
yeah. I'm
I
sure we'll see more. Gamescom should be good.
well, I think people. To be fair to people, they're worried about whether or not this the cloud computing stuff is going to work out well, which is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, it's perfectly understandable to be like, kind of don't know if it's going to still work out well considering they didn't show it a year later. Perfectly understandable. They
All
probably
right.
should have showed at least some of it, but we'll see more. Like it's coming out this year. So,
Yeah. Yeah, they have to. I mean, they're gonna spread it out over the the next couple months. So that's gonna be good.
let's see. Let's move on to what other big stories that we have this week. Tons of them, actually. We're not doing the PS4 Pros and Xbox One S compatible. No, no, we'll we're not going to get into
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about.
that. The new avatars. What do you think of those?
Yeah, they look cool, man. Although I wouldn't expect the quality of that trailer because that was kind of like a CGI representation of what they would look like. It's gonna look as good, but they're gonna look really nice and stylized. I really enjoy the way they look. I'm not sure if they're gonna carry over the old gear. I have a feeling they're not because it seems like it might be too complicated. But
Yeah,
I'm really I'm really looking forward to how they look. I'm definitely gonna use one. Try to graft a Winter Soldier-ish
it's
costume
very
if they have one.
Pixar. As long as they keep the Pixar look, I think they'll be fine. It's very
Yeah.
Pixar looking. Um,
Yeah.
do you think they're going to do something with the dashboard where an avatar would be more pronounced? Like you might have a
Yeah, I
little
think they have to.
character standing somewhere? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to. Maybe something similar to 360 where we still have avatars more prominently. Although obviously they can probably give you the option for the gamer picks or maybe the gamer pick plus the avatar. So I don't know. It'll be cool.
Well, I think they should bring back. I really loved what they did before with avatars, where they had 1 versus 100, and like World of Keflings and stuff like that, where they brought your
Yeah.
avatars into games, and these look good enough to where I wouldn't mind if something this good looking was in, I don't know, a Microsoft kart game. You know, like if they
Yeah,
made a
dude.
kart game with like Master Chief and all that, and then but you could also use your avatar. Like that would be cool.
Yeah, and even if they should bring back Fusion Frenzy and use your avatars for that. That would be
Oh, that
awesome.
would be awesome. Yeah. I like how
Dude,
that's
that'd be
Bill
so
Gates'
awesome.
favorite Xbox game.
I know. It's interesting how much lately it's been getting talked about. I mean, I never played it, but it does. I always wanted to play it. It's a
Oh, you've
cool
never
game that
played
Xbox
Fusion
needs.
Frenzy?
Nah, man, I never got around to playing that one.
It's a pretty good game. It's hard too. It's tough.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
we'll get a chance. It's coming
Soon
soon.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that is Phil Spencer just kind of the same thing. Let's just keep doing this. We're gonna flow into different things.
Mhm.
Phil Spencer
Yeah.
said that one of the things he wants to do with OG Xbox stuff is have stuff like Game Pass. That way, it's really easy to get people that would have never owned a copy into one of these games. So, you might want to keep your eye out for original Xbox games hitting Games Pass, like Fusion Frenzy and Crimson Skies and stuff. So,
Yeah. That'd be awesome value add.
I do have a complaint. And that complaint
What you got?
is original Xbox Live should have been announced. And it should have been back. Because I'm going to
Yeah, I
be
know.
honest, Crimson Skies without Xbox Live is going to blow. It
I
really
think they
is.
almost have to though. I think they might do
They
a similar
have
thing
to.
with a Phantom Dust. Yeah, they're
Look,
probably gonna like yeah.
how much of the population of Xbox Live not Xbox Live, Xbox One, how much of that population has the ability to system link or get or be near each other to do stuff like that? Like maybe 3%, 5%.
Yeah,
You want to get
that's
this
true.
game to be played by as many people as possible. You need to bring back Xbox Live on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Yeah, they're gonna have to do some back end stuff with that one, and maybe hopefully they'll do like maybe they'll do the Phantom Dust treatment with the select games that were like very online heavy or that have online focus. So maybe like that, and I'm guessing Fusion Frenzy might do the same, but I'm not sure. Hopefully they'll do something like
Fusion Frenzy
live
is fine
functionality.
without Xbox Live, to be honest, because Fusion Frenzy is the
Mm,
kind of game. It is extremely couch co-op.
hmm
Like you could still play. You could definitely still play it over Xbox Live, but it's one of those games which is perfectly fine on a couch with other people. But Crimson Skies is
Yeah,
the kind of game where you want like 8 people in a game, like in a multiplayer game, and that
yeah,
means
the game's
system
gonna be
linking and
awesome.
split screening and all kinds of shit. So. Um,
Yeah,
It'd be like playing Halo Combat Evolved. It's like you want more than you want more
yeah, I
than
agree.
so many people. Even though the original Halo did not have Xbox Live, so if they were to
No.
do that, they'd have to bring over the PC version, which they already did with Master Chief Collection. So if you want
hmm
to do that, go play Master Chief Collection. Um,
Yeah, isn't it crazy that PlayStation got War Thunder and then you didn't get Crimson Skies? Like, that's kind of crazy.
yeah, I don't
So
know. War Thunder. I don't know why we haven't even gotten that game yet. That's kind of a dumb contract on that one.
I know.
Um, PC World PC World struggles to build a PC with the same power as One X under
Hmm.
$500. That's because all of these fucking builds use an RX 580, which does not match the performance of an Xbox One X.
Hmm.
Like, honestly, I don't know how
Yeah.
many of these builds you've seen on Twitter or all this bullshit. Like, my favorite one was this guy that was like, I got this part at a flea market. I got this part on a private sale on eBay for like 75% of the normal price. And I made a computer for $400. And it's like, fuck off. And I can
Yeah, I
get
mean, with
Windows
these
10
things,
Home for like $10. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you
I mean,
steal it.
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's with these things. I'm not like a techie guy, but you could kind of make, it's one plus one. It's like you can tell that these things are spec'd to a certain way, and they don't have the exact same customization. So you're not gonna get the exact same performance no matter what you do. Like it's just impossible. You're not gonna be able to
Well, it's
unless
like what
you
Digital Foundry
you know.
says. Digital Foundry is like, look, You could try to rebuild the Xbox One X spec for spec. You can go out and get yourself, I don't know, the lowest rated Ryzen or whatever. Go
Mm.
out and that would still be better spec for spec for to compared to the Xbox One X. You can go out and get an RX 580. You can go get some random RAM, but it still will not match the performance of an Xbox One X. It still won't be a 4K machine.
No.
And I know some people say, well, I can play 4K on my RX 580. Yes, you can play a 4K game on low settings on your RX 580. I can do it on my GTX 760. I have. I've played quite a few 4K games on it. Doesn't mean it matches an Xbox One X. It's not how it
No.
works. You see these 4K games that it's running that are basically playing at ultra settings at 4K. It's not easy to run something like that. And like you said, they don't have the 60 hardware level customizations for the gaming engines. They have much slower RAM. Like, for instance, even a GTX 1070, I think the memory bandwidth on it's like 256 gigabit per second. The Xbox One X is 326. Like, that's a big difference. And I know people are like, well, that's just a marketing term. It's not, because that memory bandwidth actually allows it to load 4K textures faster. It's important. It's really important on a 4K machine. But yeah, it's an odd thing, and it kind of feels like a desperate reaction to the Xbox One X from the PC community, which I think is so dumb, because it's not meant to be a PC competitor. It's meant to be, here's an alternative. If you're not the kind of guy that feels like dropping $1,000 on a PC, here's a console you can go out and buy and just hook it up to your TV. It's not going to do everything a PC can, but it can play games if that's what you care about.
Yeah, exactly. It's built specifically to give you a certain type of high-end experience. It's not going to be PC experience, but it's going to be very close. I mean, so this is what they want to achieve with that, and that's why they have it so cheap, because they want to be able to sell it for like a cheap price and get you into the ecosystem without having you to deal with all the PC stuff that you have to deal with. So yeah.
Sorry about that. It was getting really cold.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, definitely. And I know people will be like, cheap, but it is cheap. I mean, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Or relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Even though I still think it should have been $399, but now that we've hearing that it's breaking even at $499, it makes sense that it is around $499. They're not going to lose $100 per console.
Yeah, that's true.
The biggest, and it's kind of, this reaction is so strange, because PC is still the place you can go to and buy a GTX 1080 Ti, and Xbox One X is never going to beat that. But at the same time, a GTX 1080 Ti is $700. It's
forget about it.
I mean, PC is always going to be the place you can go to and drop $3,000 and build an incredible machine. And that's never going to change. But Xbox isn't trying to change that. Sony might be trying to change that, because Andrew House even came out and said the PS4 Pro was created to stop people from moving to PC. But Xbox is not, so.
Yeah, interesting ideologies there, like compared and contrasted.
Now, just to finish up on this article, I will say that I have tried building a few PCs that would be around the same performance, and it costs anywhere from $1,000 to about $1,200. And it's way bigger. It doesn't have UHD Blu-ray. Doesn't have the low-level hardware enhancements for game engines. That has slower memory bandwidth. Doesn't have HDR. Doesn't come, well, I guess you can't do HDR with it because it has a GTX 1070. But you know what I mean. It's missing a bunch of features and all that.
Yeah, it's not gonna have all the great commodities that the compact, small, custom-made console is gonna have. So that's definitely a plus with regards to design and functionality with the X. So it's definitely it's definitely gonna be worth your while if you invest in it. I mean, I think you're still gonna get games that are 1080p and above. So for me, I have the Xbox One OG, so it's the big fat original one. So it's gonna be a huge upgrade over that. Even on a 1080p TV, I'm gonna be enjoying 1080p super sampled games. So and you don't have to worry about the 720p digital foundry crap. So
And by the way, I'll sit back and I'll tell you, I almost don't. If you have a 1080p TV, I almost do not recommend even buying an Xbox One X. I think you're fine with an S. Um, you'll still get. Don't get me wrong. You'll get better looking games at 1080p, and they'll run better and they'll have higher settings. But to really get what you're paying for, you're gonna want a 4K TV. It's
yeah,
like what
that's
Phil
true.
was saying last E3. He wasn't saying that it won't give you enhancements to 1080p. It's that if you want the enhancements that this console really offers, you're going to want a 4K HDR TV. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
so that I would just recommend that. Personally, that doesn't mean there aren't people in the position like you that are going to go ahead and buy one, even though they're going to play it on 1080p TV, which is perfectly fine. You got games like Ark Survival that are targeting 1080p 60 with epic settings, perfectly fine. You know,
Yeah.
and they're going to look much better, run much better than on normal Xbox. So
Oh yeah, and like Black Rider said, 4K optical drive alone is worth the money. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, it's not as it's not as well used, I would say, compared to like just regular Blu-ray, but it's still a great option to have. So
Mighty Moss brings up in the chat room, Xbox One aims for ultra to epic settings. PS4 has what dreams about those settings. It's true. I mean, honestly, you look at. Oops, Steph just said, "You guys still on?" Yep. You look at stuff like Rise of the Tomb Raider, which didn't even hit 4K native. I think it hit 3200 by 1800, something like that.
yeah,
Um, and it didn't. They didn't improve the details. They actually removed whole parts of the not parts of the game, but there were parts of the game that were filled with fire on certain levels, and on the
hmm
PS4 Pro version, they completely removed it.
yeah, yeah. It was definitely like interesting to see what they dialed back. Well, I will say, like, it's gonna be very interesting when you have a 4K TV and you see all these great 4K games, but when you go back to, let's say, like the 900p games and 720p, how they're gonna fare? Because you're not gonna want to go back because I'm sure it's gonna be like such a good experience. It's gonna be hard to go back to like 1080p games. I'm sure.
Yeah, it really. That's why I'm kind of hardline when it comes to 4K because you know how I am. I'm kind of like, yeah, I want 4K over most things because once you've played in 4K, you're kind of like, yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome.
I know, man.
uh,
Especially when you see like Recore at 4K or something, and then you go back to like I don't know, like let's say 4 to 6 at 1080p. Even though it has a far higher frame rate, it's still it's such a high level that you're used to already. It's kind of it might be a little jarring for when you go switching back and forth, especially when you go from Xbox OG games to 360 to to regular 900p to like
and
4K.
you know what's insane about 4K is that on a 1080p screen with these 1080p games, they have to use a lot of anti-aliasing filters.
Yeah.
And one thing these anti-aliasing filters do is they kind of muddy the image. And a lot of people don't realize this. That's why some 1080p games can kind of look a bit clearer than others.
hmm
Ones that use MSAA aren't too bad. But then you look at some of the Ubisoft games where they use these really odd, like especially Mafia 3, they use these
Yeah.
really odd anti-aliasing methods and they look really bad. Um,
Yeah. It does smother the image a little bit, like smudge it.
yeah, and with 4K, you can almost get away with not having any anti-aliasing at all. Actually, um, it's
Oh yeah.
4K almost gets rid of all the jaggies by itself, and it's extremely clear because you don't have any of those anti-aliasing filters. But a lot of these games are probably going to use 2 times to 4 times MSAA, so it's going to have basically no jaggies, and it's going to be extremely clear. So it's a double effect. Not only is it 4K, but you don't have a bunch of muddying anti-aliasing at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they're using that, just to try and kind of try to smooth the transition between those types of games, like between like the lower end, the 360 and your Xbox OG games. So hopefully they'll work. But so far, I think it's a good all-in-one solution for what they're trying to do, and it's really cool that they're trying to keep it at least somewhat consistent in regards to like the image quality. So that's cool.
We should. I really like this idea of the fact that you can put in an original Xbox disc and it just works.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
awesome.
awesome. And you can also system link with an original Xbox with an Xbox One
Yeah, that's really
and
cool.
a 360.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty insane if you think about it. So much like Xbox in one roof, like it's so cool.
Well, what's cool about that? It sounds gimmicky, and to be completely fair, it is kind of gimmicky. But you think about it,
Mhm.
you have a house. If you're in, you've been collecting consoles for a while. You got a 360, original Xbox, and an Xbox One. That means you can go if you just got 3 copies of the game, you could play the game system link. Like that's
Yeah, you
awesome.
can. Yeah, it's awesome. You could have your own like little arcade at
Yeah,
home. So which is cool. You just get some fight sticks, set up your system link, or whatever you want to do. Just set up, maybe your own like Forza tournament with one-on-one. I mean, it's possibilities are so interesting when you want to like really go ambitious with it.
yeah. Okay, let's see what other news is here.
Oh, Steph is here.
Steph here finally. Steph.
Yo, Steph. I seen you join the call, so
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Let me see. Could be having mic trouble.
Could be.
Oh, you know what's interesting? Did you see that? It was kind of funny because it was kind of damage control at first. How well Microsoft did as far as social media with the conferences.
Mhm.
Um, they got the most views on Twitch. Uh, they had the most mentions on Twitter by like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, "Well, of course, Microsoft went first." It's been a few days, guys. It's been all the numbers have been tallied by now. That excuse doesn't work anymore. Um, so yeah, they did
Yeah.
extremely well social media wise, even with the 499. Um,
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. For one thing, it's just the anticipation of their whole reveal for the X. I don't want to call it Xbox One X because it's just kind of a mouthful. But yeah, for the X, and then also a lot of high expectations for this conference. Whether it was met to your expectations, that's up to you. But I mean, it was definitely one of the most anticipated and watched ones because everybody wanted to see what's going on with Microsoft.
well, it's the silent majority. If you went for the loud minority, you would think Sony would have had the biggest. Most people probably would have been down on Xbox One X. But when you think about the silent majority, the people that go and just watch the stream or they go and they watch it on the TV. A lot of them probably
Yeah.
aren't going to drop 500, but a lot of them are. I mean, you got people that
Mhm.
buy Xboxes just to play Madden. Uh,
Yeah.
they will buy this kind of hardware, and that's why the Elite controller sold so well. Like when you look at the Elite controller, the silent or the not the silent majority, the loud minority was like, who's going to buy this? Who is this for? And then it just sold extremely well. Because the silent
Yeah.
majority was like, that's fucking awesome. I want a $150 controller. Uh,
Yeah, I
so,
see the same thing happening because people want to see the premium quality how good it is, and it's oh wow, this is amazing, that's really nice, and then even myself, I'm guilty of like, oh, that's a bit much, I don't know if I'm a little hesitant on the price, but push
there's
comes to
nothing
shove,
wrong with that
I think I'll
either.
be fine. Yeah, yeah,
There's nothing wrong with being hesitant on the price. $500 is $500. That's not a tiny
yeah,
amount of money. uh,
no, yeah,
but it'll
yeah,
last you a while. I think that's the point.
absolutely. Yeah, and it's like we said, it's just still a pretty damn good upgrade from the OG Xbox because it's a mid-gen upgrade, but it's still a quite a big leap from the OG 1.6 T flops. If you want to get into that whole T flops thing, so you're getting a higher spec system, higher fidelity, everything, And I would say the console that I don't want to say that Microsoft should have had at the beginning because the technology just wasn't there, or the configuration, but
Or the even
it's what's
the
right.
affordability of the parts.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. You know, if this was a connectless Xbox from the beginning, I think this is what people really wanted. But it's a little late to the party, but it's still the effort is there, and you can see that their their direction is a lot different from when the first Xbox came out, the first Xbox One. So this is the product I think most Xbox fans wanted, and should have, because this is like the pinnacle of what Xbox can deliver currently.
Yeah, definitely. This really is the ultimate console that can currently be delivered. Like they didn't cheap out on the RAM. They didn't. I get you could make the argument they cheaped out on the CPU, but at the same
Mhm.
time, it's not like anyone else has some amazing CPU right now, other than
No.
PC. And even on PC, they don't really utilize the CPUs that great. Everyone talks about how PC has these awesome CPUs. I have my own gaming PC, but almost none of these gaming PCs use the fucking CPUs well. Um,
Yeah, it seems like it's always like a treat, like a dicey situation with the CPU. It seems like that area has never been truly mastered the way the GPUs are now. So,
yeah, definitely. Uh, Xbox One is the most wished for product on Amazon video games. Not a surprise.
hmm,
New
yeah,
console, not really any other big consoles were announced. Although it is kind of amazing that it's above Spider-Man, God of War.
hmm,
Well, Spider-Man in particular. So,
yeah,
good for them.
yeah. It does look nice. It's a very nice looking.
Do we want to talk
It's
about
very
this
slim.
Destiny 2 stuff?
I feel like it's
Yes.
well worn territory, but if
Steph?
you want,
Oh, God,
Yes.
Steph,
What's
wake
up?
up.
Steph,
What's
what's
up?
up, man?
Steph.
Welcome, man.
Yell,
Go
Steph,
ahead.
How you
wake up
been?
your kids so you have to run back away.
Nah. My bad, man. He was wilding, dude.
Steph, are you watching my video? I got a surprise. I have Dr. Pepper.
Let's see.
I have to,
Motherfucker. No, I don't have the thing up right
oh,
now.
okay.
But as
I
far
got,
as the Destiny 2 shit, I'm glad they cleared everything up like within the last 24 hours because I was super pissed yesterday. Apparently, it came out that there was the exclusive stuff on PlayStation was not coming at all. Now it's just a year away like normal. So I
you
was
think they did that on purpose to go, oh, it's not all forever. It's only a year now. It's only a year, guys. It's only a year.
well. I don't know if they did. I think it's kind of like first they don't want to say, they're like, well, we'll talk about it later, or it's PlayStation. Is they it's kind of like other shit, like on Xbox announces stuff. They don't want to come out and directly say it's going to come to PlayStation. They're just going to say it's exclusive for now or whatever, or launch exclusive. This is their launch exclusive.
I get the
Shit.
feeling that Sony is very hard on them to go, don't say much at all about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
but
Plus,
the
yeah.
fans demand,
Oh,
they
exactly.
demanded to know, so they had to say something.
Well, it's like when Microsoft had Call of Duty um, marketing, and as much as people will cry about, they had 30-day exclusives, Microsoft never prevented them from talking about the PlayStation version of the game. They never
Mhm.
prevented them from talking about the PlayStation resolution being superior. They never prevented them from talking about the frame rate. They never prevented any of that. But Sony is just hard on that shit. Um,
Yeah. You also have to factor in that Mike Ibarra mentioned about the XDKs, and it's not 100% yet with regards to development stuff. I mean, the game. I think they might have gotten the development kit not that long ago. Plus the system isn't out yet, so there's still time to do all that upgrading and all that stuff.
Yeah.
um, I think we should talk about crossplay, and I think it's amazing. What do you guys think of the crossplay? Rocket League. Actually, there's 3 games now I think that are crossplay: Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PC. Um,
What's the third one?
I don't remember the name.
I know it's Minecraft and Rocket League. So was there another one?
Yeah, there's another one where it's not really that you can play together, but you can share worlds with
Was
each
it
Yeah.
other.
Deformers? I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging.
Crap, I don't remember the name of it. There's way too many games. I'm gonna have to hook up this other headset because my headset's about to die, so I
Yeah,
can
no problem.
continue hearing.
Well, I will say that I think it matters less as far as like it's not as impactful that it's happening because PlayStation isn't doing it. Because if this was Xbox, cross PlayStation and Nintendo didn't do it. I mean, no one would really give a fuck that Nintendo didn't do it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Yeah,
But
very true.
but the fact that they're
Okay, I
they're the
don't mean
ones
to
who
be
are
a
not
dick,
doing
but
it.
go ahead, stop talking real quick, just so I make sure I don't lose all your audio.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
You dick.
properties. Oh crap! So doesn't matter.
It was still streaming, so it's all good, right?
One moment. I'm sorry, guys. I had to fix something. Isn't this a great part of the podcast? I really should have made sure my headset was charged.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Talk now?
Yo.
Okay, we're good. Let's continue talking about
All right.
Xbox.
But anyway, like I was saying, I think that I don't know if you heard me, Jason. I think it's less impactful that that fact that this actually happened, that Sony's not in it. That if it had been Nintendo who kind of stepped to the side and said, "Yo, we don't want to be involved with this crossplay shit." But the fact that it's Sony, that now it's cool that Nintendo's doing it, but it's not as big of a deal because we all know the first real game where you can cross play with PlayStation versus Xbox, or whatever, that it's going to be a really really big deal. Really, like not like an MMO or something, but like I'm talking like Call of Duty or Battlefield or FPS or some shit like that, or Smite, or even if something like that. It's going to be huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And it's funny because the one thing that we can finally get people to shut up about is people that were going, no, it's Microsoft. The whole idea
Yeah.
that it's actually Microsoft that's preventing this crossplay lately. Like,
Yeah.
people were still, like, dying on that hill. And
Well, we
then-
knew it wasn't them. And if you really think about it, whenever it first,
Well,
like
we
the
did.
details for,
We did.
well,
like,
they always said it at first.
yeah.
When what was the first game where they tried to do it with? Was it? I think it was Rocket League.
Yeah, it was
They
Rocket League.
Yeah, they're the ones who said that Sony are the ones who are we're waiting on a word
And
from
then
them.
Tekken 7. And then...
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Tekken 7. I forgot about that.
And Square Enix wants to bring Final Fantasy 13. What is it?
Well,
MMO to Xbox, but apparently they can't get Sony to give it a go ahead for them to crossplay.
Well, I thought that Microsoft, the reason why that it never came to Xbox is because Microsoft didn't want. They wanted it to be on their servers or some shit like that. I thought that's what
Yeah,
it was.
it was something tied to that. Yeah. Yeah. These examples don't require the Xbox Live thing that apparently Minecraft does, but that's not even a huge deal because
That's
Nintendo's
different though.
agreeing to it. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see a huge deal with it. So, I mean, who cares if they have use that as user engagement numbers? I mean, it's not who cares? Like that doesn't affect anybody. Just be glad they're supporting it if they do. Want to use that
Yeah.
cosplay thing. So.
Yeah, I did see some people saying that they agree why Sony didn't do it because you got to sign in with a Microsoft. I mean, that's just like when you fucking play a Division or any of these whack ass Ubisoft games. You got to have a Ubisoft account to do
Yeah.
it. It's the same thing.
To be fair, yeah, I agree. I mean, to be fair, it would have been nice if Microsoft had like a Minecraft, login account instead of Xbox Live one. But at this point, I don't know.
Doesn't it make sense though? I mean, it's owned Microsoft
Right.
IP.
It
Well,
does.
I mean, you
but
gotta
I
log.
don't know.
You gotta log into Xbox Live
And
on
about
your
5 years
iPhone.
ago, Microsoft got rid of the whole idea of separate accounts. Like, you
Yeah,
use
yeah,
the
yeah.
same account for
Yeah.
everything at Microsoft.
So on iPhone, you have to do the same thing. On Android, you do the same thing. So it
Everything
makes
is the
sense.
same account. Yeah.
It makes sense. Eventually, you're gonna have to do it on PlayStation without it being a crossplay. I'm sure.
I don't think it's too bad logging into an Xbox Live account because one, it's a one thing deal. Two, no one's really ever had problems with hacking when it comes to Xbox. And
Yeah, it's just
three, most of these games where you log into Xbox Live, you get perks out of it. Like you can get achievement points, you can message.
achievements on my PlayStation.
Yeah. Oh, that you know, it's the funny thing. If Sony were to allow it, people would love it. I'm sure
pretty
people would
much.
love being able to get
No,
achievements on a PlayStation.
yeah, but I don't think that it would
Sony
go that
wouldn't
far.
love it.
Whatever. They loved it enough to fucking make trophies.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Loved it enough to copy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We already talked about Crackdown. We talked about that earlier, and we touched on some other stuff.
What about Crackdown?
Just how we loved the Terry Crews thing, talking about the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That advertising is dope. I'll just go ahead and give my 2 cents since I was not here. But the advertising was dope. Yeah. It was dope. One thing I will say is I think y'all probably already mentioned this, that I think it's retarded that they really hype up this multiplayer and talk about it, and then they're like, well, we're just gonna talk about the single player. Like everyone was expecting. I mean, that was like, there's no way that they didn't get any kind of word from like community members saying that that was the most expected. I mean, that was probably the number one thing that everybody who was a Microsoft or Xbox fan, they were expecting to see the multiplayer for Crackdown, and they didn't show it at all, and they're not going to show it at all. I don't even think they're going to show it at Gamescom. I got a feeling they're not even doing anything at Gamescom. They're just going to be there. Like, they're not going to do a press conference.
I've heard people say they're going to do a press conference. Apparently, someone was
Yeah,
on
but
the
they
stream
haven't
talking
confirmed
about
it. They haven't confirmed it. I ain't seen any confirmation. And then the fact that they hadn't done that yet kind of bothers me. They better show that damn multiplayer, like, and because they didn't really show it that much, like when they first showed the game off. They just showed like it a couple buildings. Well, I mean, it wasn't that long of a trailer, or whatever. I mean, you can go see gameplay, like a few minutes of gameplay, but that was early, like pre-alpha, like a year ago. I mean, not even 2 years ago, because they didn't even show it last year. Now that I think about it, they showed it all last year.
Well,
right?
they did say they would be showing more soon, and that it's still what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
honestly,
I believe it, but we wanted to see it, right?
Like, I was expecting
Jason,
a campaign this E3. Like, I wasn't expecting more multiplayer stuff. I expected them to show at least some of it. But
They should have shown both. I don't understand why not both.
Yeah.
I mean, both.
Yeah,
they should have had
like,
just as much time as Sea of Thieves, because it comes out this
I
year.
agree.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Dritz in the chat says they needed to show Crackdown better. No, yeah, of course. I mean, we were saying that they needed to show like both. I mean, although what we've also said was that people complained about no campaign and then footage, and then we got it, and then people still complain. I mean, I understand that they want to see the multiplayer stuff, but I think they're just doing a one step at a time thing. They still seems like they had some work to do, but hopefully
they're
they'll
trying to keep the talk going. But I mean, if you like compare like, well, I mean, there's a lot of people hyped for Sea of Thieves. I'm not gonna say Sea of Thieves isn't a good game or anything, but I mean, like, I think that they should have went a little bit more in depth with. Maybe they should have done like
got a gameplay demo on stage.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, it should have. I really feel like it should have had that. But I mean,
just like I said, they should have devoted like 5 minutes just to showing Forza 4. They should have devoted 5 minutes showing Forza Horizon 3, Gears 4, and Killer Instinct in 4K. Like, they should have devoted some time to that too. Well, it matters.
Maybe
it matters.
Maybe like
you have people.
I agree. Maybe like a little montage or some shit.
Yeah, just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, but they didn't show any of it.
That's true.
Yeah, that seems to be a general issue with Microsoft games in general. They'll show like Sea of Thieves and the gameplay, style thing. Sony showed their stuff in gameplay chunks as well, like Days Gone and God of War. Microsoft just kind of just shows trailers, like highly edited, well showing trailers. So I do wish they kind of went more in depth with that stuff, like this conference goes.
Did you guys
already?
Yeah. Did you guys already talk about Sony's E3?
No,
already?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I got some shit to say about that shit.
Well, why don't we just get it over with then?
Oh, well, I was gonna say that I see that everybody's super hyped for Spider-Man, and I have never stopped playing the Spider-Man games because obviously I have kids, boys, so they like Spider-Man games, and that shit didn't. I mean, graphically, yes, it looks better, but the mechanics don't even look that different to me.
I
I
feel
mean,
kind of odd that it has QTEs in it. That's what I heard, and
I mean, what? I'm not surprised it has QTEs, but
yeah.
the QTEs is not what bothered me. I don't. That doesn't bother me. But like the actual mechanics look just like the Spider-Man game that I literally just played that came out last year or so, or the Amazing Spider-Man game or whatever the fuck it
Based
was.
on the movie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the story would probably definitely will be better, but I'm just saying, like gameplay wise, it doesn't look
I think it has a lot to live
that
up
good.
to because we've
Oh,
had a very
I
good
think that
Spider-Man
people
game.
are gonna. Yeah, I think people are gonna be disappointed. I'm just gonna. I really feel that way. That game now, the one that I was expecting to not be good, was Days Gone. That looked way better than I thought it was gonna look. Way, 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 way better. So I'm more hyped for that than I was. And Spider Man, I give two shits about now after seeing it. But I mean, I'll probably
Well,
still get it for my kids or whatever. But
Can I, since we're talking
yeah.
about the Sony show, can I say I told you so?
you told me,
Uh,
did you tell me that?
no, as far as like how they did all their games, like none of okay, one,
Oh, about
no
33
no new
period.
AAA IP for this year.
No, I think we
Actually,
all thought they were going to show the Sucker Punch though. Didn't we all think
Yeah.
that?
no, I
I
didn't.
thought I thought that shit.
I didn't. No new
Well,
AAA even for next year.
uh,
Not even a single new AAA actually announced at all. Um,
yeah.
they announced another fucking game far out, which I said they would do,
Which game
which
was that?
was Shadow of the Colossus. They announced a remaster
Oh,
with no
man,
release date.
didn't they already remaster that for PS4 once already?
Yes, they did.
I
Yeah.
know they did for PS3, but didn't they bring
They did it
those
for
those
PS3,
re?
not PS4.
No, no, I could have sworn they brought those games out again though for at the very beginning
I
of the
think you can
gen.
play them on. You can play the PS3 remaster on PS4. I think.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
they like remastered it for the PS3 version for PS4,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's just stuck to PS3. Yeah, because
Uh,
I don't think there was
I'm
only
pretty
Journey
sure
made that.
yeah, that ICO double pack shit. I could have sworn that shit got remastered again for the ICO
No,
and
they
the Shadow.
never.
They didn't
Mm-mm.
remaster, not like
Not for the PS4. I
port. I
mean
should say a
PS3.
port.
Yes.
Did they not
No
port
port.
those
No,
games over?
no, they never. No, they never ported them.
Oh, okay,
That's
I
maybe
got you.
why they're doing the remakes. Though, so I don't know, because it's
Well, they're doing
I
the
don't know if the sell thing.
They're doing the
Yeah.
remaster because it's easy and it's easy to make money and it's easy to go. Hey, you remember this game you guys all fucking loved? We're doing a remaster.
Well, I mean, I honestly,
Not that it's
I
a
can't
terrible.
really.
Hey, even though I'm making fun of that in a tone, it's not a terrible thing. It's just it is what it is. You know, it's like if they brought
Yeah.
Last of Us back again for PS5. We get it. It's a great game. It's a fantastic
Yeah.
game, but they're just remastering it again. Um, but another prediction I made is that God of War would not be 2017. And it's not. Days Gone is not 2017. Detroit Become Human is not 2017. We didn't even get a release date for fucking GT Sport. We got a release
Yeah, that's
window.
crazy.
That freaks me the fuck out. We got
I know. Yeah,
fall
Forza 6 will probably be
2017.
over on before that.
Yeah,
Before Forza 7. I'm sorry.
I kind of feel like GT Sport's going to get delayed in 2018, especially when they're giving it a release window. That doesn't show a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it's very problematic.
I think they only showed. What new games did they even show for this year? They showed Final Fantasy VII Remake. Or not Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well,
I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 15 Fishing VR.
yeah. I mean, the pre-show seemed to have covered most of the 2017, which is kind of weird. They should add that to the full E3. That would have a longer
Yeah.
E3
And they
that
had a
way.
short
and-
show
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was odd.
You know what I find hilarious about the whole situation is how people are fucking giving Microsoft shit about having like the smallest space at E3,
Yeah.
and they have this like long drawn out ass show, and Sony's is only like an hour long. I thought that was pretty weird.
Yeah,
Actually,
and I think
someone. No, go ahead. I'm going to bring up something actually.
Well, what Cal from Tick Podcast had mentioned was that also the floor had more people on Xbox side because apparently the PlayStation side had I don't know, they had some sort of booking system that left it like less people playing them, like their third parties or whatever on their side. So
What
they
I
had more
wonder what
people
third parties they
flooding.
actually had on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question. I have to look that up, but I mean that's actually good for Microsoft because that way they have more kind of like
Yeah,
attention towards them. So
yeah.
that's really cool.
I
Here's
was
what's
listening. Go
here's
ahead,
what's
go ahead.
funny is that everyone was really down about the announcements they made at the Microsoft conference, which, to be
I was.
fair, everyone should
Hmm.
be. Um,
Yeah.
but it was funny how people were so up about Sony when Sony had the same amount of new announcements as far as bigger games, and two of them were DLC.
What
Hmm.
what announcements were deals? The
Oh
Horizon
Cyberpunk
yeah.
DLC?
Colossus Remastered, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Frozen Wilds,
Oh, that
which
was already announced
Uncharted.
though. That's the
was that
first
already
time they showed.
announced?
Yeah, they had already
Well, it's the
they already
first Sony
confirmed. Yeah, the first time they showed it, but yeah,
yeah,
just DLC. I don't give a shit
with no
about this.
release date. Well, except for 2017 at some point, and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. That's all they announced, really. That
You know,
matters.
I think if you really think about it though, like say if they had showed Last of Us 2, they pulled that from the PSX last year, and that showed that this year.
Mhm.
That would have been it would have made their E3 look way better. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I think they
love the
should have.
Last of
I
Us
don't
though,
think they
so I
showed
mean
it because it's not ready.
Yeah, they should have pushed that one to E3 instead of
They
that's what I'm saying.
announced it
PSX
Just
way
still.
too
that just
early.
that yeah, if they would have just
Yeah.
saved that announcement for
Yeah, I
E3
Yeah.
agree.
instead
Oh
of
yeah, definitely.
PSX.
They should have saved that video for
What is
this E3.
what do you guys think about Monkey Bar? I don't know. You may have talked this about Monkey Bar tweeting asking if they should do it E3 at all, or if they should just do something by themselves. What do you think about that? Y'all see that shit?
I voted do that.
Yeah, I voted. Well, I voted E3. I just hope they do another thing outside of E3. But I don't think
Exactly.
you have that voting option. Yeah,
I didn't vote because I didn't want to.
You abstained.
you don't want to implicate
Yeah, because
yourself.
I want yeah I don't want to because I want them to be E3, but I don't understand why they don't think that they should already that they know that fans want even if they fucking have to pay for it, which you have to pay to go to PSX to get in. I don't understand why they don't think.
Gamescom is too close to E3. Like
It is.
Yeah.
It's way too close.
they should have E3 and then their own show in the fall.
Well, the only thing about that is that's when they actually get a chance to take a break because the Microsoft team kind of works like pretty nonstop throughout the whole year.
Well, their event in the fall couldn't even it could be small announcements like indies they're working with and stuff like that, and it could be showing off
If they have
games
another
for
show
early
and
next
they
year.
just show indies, yeah, I'm
Well, I
not.
mean, it's not just for indies. I'm saying they show off the smaller exclusives and stuff like that.
They
But they also
they show off Last of Us 2, their version. I'm talking about like the 4 out games that the fans care about, even if it's 2 years away. That's the
No,
shit that they
I
need to be
don't.
showing.
No,
That-
I don't agree.
I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm saying that's what they need to do.
I don't think that's what they need to do.
They need to do that shit.
I think.
He
for-
even said it himself. He said there's games that he
yeah,
could
but
have
he said
got
he's
to
not
get.
going to
That's
do
what
it.
they need though. That's what he needs to do though.
No, see, the problem is they can't allow Sony to force them to do that because if they,
No, Sony's not even really doing it no more if you think about it.
yeah, because
'Cause
they
they-
already announced everything.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing to announce. Because
Well,
they
I mean,
already,
the Sucker Punch game that they could have
okay, there's
now.
a Sucker Punch game that's probably
Uh,
5 years out.
They didn't show Dreams at all, and there's
Because
something else.
Dreams is bullshit. No one cares.
Yeah, that game's getting canceled. That team's done.
No
They're
one gives
gone.
a fuck. That's like Deep Down. No one fucking
No,
cares.
that shit's like what's that Microsoft game we got? Project Spark. Nobody gives a fuck.
Well, I'm saying it's like Deep Down because Sony doesn't cancel games. They just stop talking about them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's
they don't cancel
that's
Deep
true.
Down. They just stop talking about them so they don't get bad press.
Oh, that was a Capcom game, so
It was still a third party exclusive though, with Sony funding. That was their big game of E3 2013. That was their huge. We're working with Capcom making a huge game.
I thought that was at their there you go. That wasn't at the PlayStation announcement thing or whatever.
Yeah, at E3
That-
2013.
Was it at E3? I thought
Yeah.
it was at like the announcement, not the.
I thought there was an announcement as well, but
Yeah, it was
I
at.
think and then it showed up.
Yeah,
No, sorry, yourself. Go ahead.
yeah. No, you were right. What you were saying is right.
They
Sure.
had it.
And then I think they
They
showed it
had
off
it
at
with
Tokyo
the
Game
Black
Show.
Wizard demo or whatever. The wizard, the dumb. This never actually happened demo that they always do.
Yeah, I think it showed up again later on though in the Tokyo Game Show, and then or one of those the Japanese
Paris Game
shows, I believe, or maybe been there, yeah, too. But yeah, it showed up twice, and then they stopped kind of showing it, which smart.
They need to do a fucking game show like in the South or some shit like that. The South game
We
shit.
need a
I'm tired of
game
these
show.
motherfucking New
South by
York,
Southwest.
Paris. Nah, that ain't the same. That's like a fan
We need
event.
an
I'm talking
Xbox
about.
show in the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that
Probably
kind of
around
fucking sounds
DC.
like,
Like they could literally do
go
it
ahead.
in DC. That would actually be a
Yeah.
great location because people from New York can come down, people from Florida can come up. Like if it was in DC, I would drive 3 hours to go there.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem
Yeah.
with that. Or 2 to 3 hours. Gives you a guess right there where I live.
Right.
But
Well, I'm gonna try to go to E3 next year for sure, as long as my regular vacation don't get in the way of it. I'm going.
yeah.
So, I was listening to some people that I normally listen to, or whatever, and they actually bought in to go to E3, and they couldn't say enough good shit about it. So apparently, like the fan shit, whatever, it's really you get a really good experience. Microsoft had a lot of stuff to play, or whatever. So I think it's gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna do that shit. Plus, I've never been to California before anyway, so why the fuck
Yeah.
not?
Someone in the chat thanked the bot for saying thank you, or said you're welcome to the bot. StreamJar thanks you. Yeah, the Sony, so it wasn't terrible, but I like what the Red Dragon said, and I think he put it perfectly. They basically remastered E3 2016.
I think that's what everyone said. So
I think
Yeah.
that's basically perfect way to describe that. So
right.
um,
It's
will
interesting.
say- yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, it's interesting because when I first saw the Microsoft conference, I was pretty bummed out because I was for several reasons. But when you see the Sony one, you kind of adjust your expectations a little bit, and then you're like, oh well, it wasn't that bad. There was actually like a comparable
if you
amount
go
of
back and watch the
good
Microsoft
and
one
disappointment.
after watching the Sony one, and you're like, shit, this actually isn't that bad.
Yeah, if there's a lot better, I would say.
And then you go watch the
I-
EA one again, and you're like, why does this exist?
And you never watched the EA one.
Oh my god, I can't believe I
Well, you're
wasted
lucky.
my time watching.
What I find hilarious too, these fuckers that kind of funny. I know they're cool. I love Greg. He's awesome.
Oh fuck!
But Jesus
him for his
Christ, he
research
does-
comments.
Oh, well, yeah, he's a troll. But anyway, which I thought that was hilarious that he started feeling bad, and people were like, they were like, you gonna put up a long post and apologize, and like when they, when Colin, yeah, it was funny. But anyway, that's the point. What I was gonna say is that he does not. They never freaking like me. I know how to separate my bias because I love Xbox,
To be
but I also have
objective.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how to say I'm gonna take the Xbox badge off and I'm gonna destroy these motherfuckers because they, just cause. But like he watching Microsoft E3 whatever, and it's like, yeah, it was good show. Sony, he sees it, he's like, it was good. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10, but they didn't show nothing new. Fucking
And how is it
24
a 10
minutes of
out of 10?
Nintendo E3. Thank you, Nintendo, for saving E3. It was amazing. I'm sorry, bro. After seeing that E3, I wanted to fucking trade my shit in. I gotta switch. Everybody talking about there's a game every month. There's not one fucking game I want to get besides Mario.
Yeah, no,
Literally.
exactly.
One game. And the reason why I bought a Switch was for Monster Hunter. The game's not even fucking coming to America.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? How it worked out. We're gonna get on
Dude,
Xbox.
and then we get it on Xbox. I'm like, the fuck?
That's a weird turn of events for you, stuff.
So I think after I play Mario, I'm gonna trade my shit in.
I
think
kind of
so.
can't blame you. Like, I know that they announced that they're working on a Pokemon
I wish Justin
game.
was here. I wish freaking Justin. Yeah, but what kind?
They didn't
Is
sell
that a new
anything.
Pokemon game?
They
Yeah.
said there's going to be a dedicated Pokemon game to Switch, but they didn't even
Yeah.
sell anything.
And people want to talk about Sony showing games far out. or even
Nintendo talks
Microsoft
about them when
maybe.
they don't even have anything to sell.
They fucking just showed a damn title card. Like, are you really just gonna show words?
Well, I think they kind of needed that because they
Oh,
probably
whatever.
otherwise wouldn't have shown anything.
Do you guys remember when the guys from the BioShock dev comes out and holds up a PS Vita and says, "Guys, hey, this is awesome hardware. We're gonna make a BioShock game for it." Nothing on it right now, but soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking game never came out. They never even actually started making it. So
Yeah, it's a sore spot for some people.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Yep.
I mean, Metroid Prime 4, that's probably the only game I wanted from them, but the fact that they couldn't even show a CG trailer, like, really?
Yeah, that
I
is
want to
kind
do
of
something
disappointing.
fun. I want to talk about the EA conference and how much I hated it.
What about Ubisoft conference? I don't think we talked about that yet. We
I didn't
already
watch
addressed.
it. I heard it was
You didn't-
really
Yeah, I didn't.
good.
Yeah, I didn't.
But after watching
didn't
the
see
EA,
Did you not
one-
watch at least watch the
Dude,
Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailer? Did you see
No.
that?
I've
didn't even
never
watch-
played it. I'm not interested in it, so I didn't watch it.
I didn't play well, I tried playing because they gave the game away for free. I tried. It's just too old. I mean, there's some games you just can't like. I mean, it's just too old. But the fucking trailer looked amazing, man. And then like even the acting was good. Animations looked pretty cool. And I mean, it's a CG trailer, but I mean, it looked like a fucking. They could make a movie out of that shit. It was cool.
After watching the EA conference, I refused to watch anything but just the Microsoft conference and just stopped.
Right.
That's awful.
I feel you. But I was reading a chick from IGN. She actually got to see the game backstage, whatever. And apparently, like the game has its own solar system or whatever. So it's only like a game kind of like that with space travel, apparently.
Yeah.
But the only thing that, like, I mean, I've already said this about Ubisoft games once since E3 is it kind of worries me that like all their games are apparently on the same engine. Use like how many studios make Assassin's Creed? Like 5 of them, or whatever. And that same thing happens to their other games. Like they pull from other teams and they help. I think they do like the filler part of the games, whatever.
Yeah.
And seeing that fucking UAV bird I'm like, man.
Ubisoft really fucking overpromises the shit out of games.
Oh, everybody's hyped up for that Assassin's Creed game. I mean, there's some cool stuff about it, but there's just small touches.
I'm standoffish. If that game comes out and it runs at the same frame rate and the exact same settings as the PS4 Pro, I'm not buying it. Because I'm not putting my money to support that kind of behavior.
I heard the game looks freaking amazing though. People are saying that it looks amazing.
Even if it looks amazing, I'm not supporting that kind of behavior.
Apparently yes, dynamic 4K or whatever. Yeah, what I was gonna say is that apparently on the PC, like you can't really run that game at native 4K on PC. I'm sorry, not that game, but Ubisoft games like The Division or the last Assassin's Creed. Like the recommended specs for their games is like crazy, and you can't even run them at a native 4K. They are the ones who invented the checkerboard and shit, apparently.
Yeah.
So. It does now. Knowing that, it doesn't really surprise me the fact they can't get it to a native 4K on a console or whatever. So I'm not really that surprised by it. So I kind of feel a little bit better about that game. But like I said, I don't really give a shit about Assassin's Creed anymore anyway. Especially after seeing that UAV bird. Like it looked cool at first, slow motion, bow and arrow shooting. I'm like, okay, Zelda. And then I seen that UAV bird, and I'm just like, nah, bro, I can't.
One game that Ubisoft showed off that actually interested me.
You better not say that ship game. Come on, bro. Don't you say that shit.
The Crew 2?
Really, man?
No, he's probably thinking about Skull and Bones.
No, the Crew 2 actually looked really good. It really looked like they were, how would you say, copying Forza Horizon to a point. If they can get the physics down, I'll buy it. If the physics still blow, no.
Well, what I was told that apparently it's like an RPG, but they say that
the original one is too.
Yeah, but they say that you gotta play like so many hours of it, and the mechanics get better because it's an RPG. So I mean, you think about it that way, like you get better. So eventually, it is a solid driving game. Which I think is retarded.
I think that's retarded because I get like unlocking, like make it an RPG, as in you can get your car to be faster. Or you can have better turn-in and stuff like that. but you don't make the driving dynamic shit just to
Yeah.
level up to get better. You don't. Yeah, the driving dynamics still have to be good to begin with. It's like Mad
Right.
Max. I mean, in the game Mad Max, driving dynamics still aren't that great in the beginning, but you can live with them, and then they
Right.
get better as you play. You don't make the driving dynamics awful just to make them better. That's like what Grand Theft Auto does, and it fucking sucks. Um,
Agreed.
you shouldn't do that, especially like flying planes in Grand Theft Auto, where if your flying skill is low, you get turbulence every 30 seconds, and it's fucking stupid.
And I still remember that fucking San Andreas mission where you gotta get your your pilot license to beat the game, part of the game.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, that shit was hard.
I remember that. Yeah, and then you had the mission with the drone, and
Yeah.
then Smokey with a train was a bitch. Let's not talk about San
Fuck
Andreas.
that shit.
Okay. Did anyone actually like the drum line at the EA conference?
Oh,
Man, I didn't watch that shit, so
They started off with a drum line. All right.
yeah, apparently a bunch of guys and I heard the people talking about it. Yeah, a bunch of guys and Tom Brady. Fuck Tom Brady.
And then
Let's go ahead and say that.
the only reason I want to bring up this conference is because it did the most fucking annoying thing I've ever seen a conference do, and I fucking hate it. The guy that set off Need for Speed Payback was a YouTuber, and not like a
Oh yeah.
I play racing games YouTuber, and I'm one of the biggest racing game content creators. No, they got a guy that does prank videos
Yeah.
just because he's a popular YouTuber. That's fucking disgusting, in my opinion. And the even worse part about it, the thing that makes it a middle finger, is they set off AR-12 on stage while doing it. And AR-12 actually is a huge Forza content creator. He does a lot of shit for racing games. He should have been the one presenting it if they wanted to do that. But they literally got a guy that does prank videos. And then
Yeah.
when they set off the Star Wars shit, it was insulting to our intelligence because it was like, here's a celebrity to talk about Star Wars that because you're too much of an idiot to not pay attention to a developer. You know?
Right.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. Star Wars looked great. The presentation was fucking retarded.
You guys think it's weird that they didn't show? I mean, I kind of understand in a way, but the fact that they announced like how many Star Wars games in 1 year and then only show one. Like I think they revealed that Respawn was working on one, and then Visceral, and then we already.
Visceral, I think, said something like they didn't want to take the spotlight away from Battlefront.
Yeah, but why? But why even announce it like the
No, I
prior
agree.
year,
I
and that
think
they're
the
not
spotlight
going to
thing
show?
was bullshit. I think they just weren't ready.
Yeah. Probably to save it for the Star Wars celebration. They like to do that stuff in those times.
Okay.
I thought the Star Wars celebration was in May. Is there another one?
Probably for another one. Maybe the next one.
Okay, we have
You never know.
we have to we have to finally let Prophecy have what he wanted.
Yeah, this question.
Let's talk about Phil Spencer saying the 2 to 3 years out game thing. And okay, one, to start off, the interview where he said this was fucking hilarious because it was with Patrick Klepek, and he actually called out Patrick Kepler or God damn it, his name
Just
is
call him
kinda
Patrick.
odd. Patrick, okay.
Is that the
Yeah.
GameSpot interview
No, it
or the
was
Giant Bomb
I
one?
think it said Waypoint. He doesn't work for Giant.
Yeah,
Bomb.
Oh,
it's
the
Waypoint.
Waypoint. Oh, he calls
Yeah.
him out about the controller shit.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious, and he kind of just was like, God damn it.
That was funny.
But Phil said, look, we have the games. We could, if PR wise, we could have set off brand new IPs, new big AAA IPs at the CA. But if we did that, they wouldn't have been ready. They would have been 2 to 3 years out. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to focus on games you'll be able to play in the next 12 months. And to his credit, every game they did so was basically games that will be out between now and the next E3. At the same time, I can't blame anyone for being pissed off. Because like I said before, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Like I said before the C3, if they didn't show any new big AAA IPs, then would be the time to complain. So, complain as you will. But
I will say that as you say that about within the next 12 months, there's no way that all those indie games that they showed, the ID at Xbox games,
no, they can't guarantee that. Yeah.
no, those games aren't coming out before, not those
Yeah,
games.
let's
No way.
prefix that with games that Microsoft has control over.
No, the only ones that got control over is fucking Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, and what's the other one? State of Decay.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge blow for the delay for that one. That was really
Oh no, it
that
sucked.
sucked.
State of Decay 2 and Sea of Thieves being delayed. And you
Sea
guys
of Thieves
called Sea of
deserved to be
Thieves.
delayed. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying that the game's bad because I have played it, but that game would have died this year.
Yeah.
And I told
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys that it was gonna be. I told you it was gonna be delayed, but the fact they didn't announce open beta kind of was like kind of weird to me.
Yeah, that was annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, not everybody is gonna go fucking sign up to get into the game. Just make it
Yeah.
open and easy and let people play it.
Driz T is saying, I agree with the 2 or 3 years, but we know about 1 or 2 years. Okay, I would say just straight up, just because he said he signed deals for 2 to 3 years, that doesn't mean the games are 2 to 3 years out. Doesn't mean we won't see new big AAA. Like, we're highly likely going to see a new Halo next E3. Extremely likely.
Yeah, but he knows he even said that he knows that we know to expect Halo and Gears and
Yep.
Forza and whatever.
They're
He's
coming.
talking about-
The studios are
yeah.
there. They're banking them.
Yeah, he basically said that we're investing in new IP and new studios the same way they did into hardware and whatever. And I mean that thing that I thought was that he needed to say was it comes from the CEO basically saying that they need to invest, which means that they got the full Microsoft wallet to put behind big games, which that's the most important thing, because I don't want them to I don't want them to make it like Quantum Break, right? That game, for how good it was, it's not on par with Halo as far as production
No.
value
And-
or Gears
and
4.
As much as people they whine,
I love that
about-
game.
As much as people whine about like them basically giving up on Remedy, Remedy took 5 years to make that game. They can't take 5 years to make a game. It's just too long.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean that game
it's way
was
too
good,
much.
and I
No, it
think
was
the
good.
acting and all
It
that
wasn't
stuff
5
and
years
the
good.
yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't on a. I mean, well, I wouldn't even say that because Uncharted 4 is dope. Like the acting and everything is dope, but the mechanics aren't that good. I won't say the mechanics. I would say like the shooting, just the shooting. Like
no, I'll
Quantum
say
Break shooting.
Quantum
way
Break
better.
didn't get a fair shake. It's a better game than was rated. It's a fun game. It had a good narrative. It had good
I
mechanics
think
to
it's
it.
probably about an 80, but it's not too far off from an 80 to me, in my
Yeah.
opinion. The story though is a 10 out of 10,
Yeah.
but everything else,
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I love the TV show thing. But the problem
Oh yeah, TV stuff's dope.
the problem with Remedy, the problem with Quantum Break is that to get a second one, it probably would have been another 4 years.
I don't think so. I mean, you really think about it.
I don't know, man.
The Sam Lake, yeah, they take a long time to make games, but remember, most of that time was making that engine that they're using to put on PlayStation now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they spent all that time making that engine, and then they they didn't redo the story, but they redid everything in the game when they changed all the actors and all that shit. Remember, because when we first see the game, the guy that's the main character wasn't even. They changed it to what's the guy's name? Iceman, or I'm just gonna call him Iceman. They changed it to him. Throw in fucking dude from Game of Thrones and Martin Hatch, that guy, whatever the fuck his name is, the guy from The Wire. So they changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That took a long time.
That game was
Sure.
announced. That game was announced too early.
That was it.
It was
That game
announced
was at
too
the
early.
announcement of the Xbox.
Yep.
So I mean,
It's weird when you see that trailer again. It looks like an alternate timeline almost. Like it's very interesting. Like you see Claire Gawa teamed up with like the cabbie to like help with Amaral and during that sequence. It's very interesting. It'd be cool if they kind of follow up on that in that way, like an alternate kind of timeline. But
the thing
Yeah.
was is that we would have got DLC for that game if it would have sold better, because they
I
said
know,
that they
dude.
wanted. We would have got the Martin Hatch DLC because they kind of talked
That would've
about
been
it
so
a little
cool.
bit. That's what I was like. I was ready for that shit. Man, even if
I
they
feel
just
like
finish that shit in a
yeah.
TV show, I'd watch just the show,
Yeah, me
just
too.
to
Yeah.
see what happens next. To be honest.
I feel like we keep getting gypped out of like great like DLC story. Like Gears 4 didn't have DLC story. Quantum Break didn't have DLC story. Record didn't have DLC story. What's the other one? 5 didn't have any DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not known for DLC stories, but I
No,
feel like they
none
would
of
have
Halo
helped in
5
that
should
one.
have got a DLC story though.
well, none of Microsoft
Yeah.
games have the story DLC. They
do
make
now.
service based games.
Halo
Which
Wars 2.
one?
Halo Wars 2 is getting
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah,
really
it's
is.
very
It's getting a
conditional.
campaign. It's getting a new
Yeah, that's good
campaign.
though. I like that.
No,
But it's
no,
very
I agree.
conditional. I wish
I
it
didn't
wasn't
play
like that.
Halo Wars, so
Believe me,
I
I'm not saying
can't
it's.
speak on
I'm
that.
not saying it's common. It-
But that really ain't. I mean, if out of all of the games that you could have picked that Microsoft released, would you
Sunset
have
Overdrive had story DLC
That's
But that
true.
wasn't a
Yeah.
Microsoft game. Well, in a way, I guess. Yeah.
in a
Okay,
way.
I give you that. I give you that one.
It was as much of a Microsoft game as Crown and Break was.
Yeah.
um,
Second party game. Yeah.
Well, maybe
Yeah, it just
not
makes me
so-
annoyed.
Which can still happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think after Spider-Man doesn't do what they want it to do as far as critically, I mean, I'm sure it's going to sell a bunch. But like I'm saying, that game's going to get destroyed because there's no. I've played plenty of Spider-Man games that it doesn't look like mechanically. It doesn't look that much better. You know, I mean, I'm sure it's still pretty early, but I'm not going to give it that much. I think, like I said, Days Gone impressed me more this time than Spider-Man did. I was waiting to see that Spider-Man. God of War looked pretty good too. I'll say that.
The only thing
But,
that saddens
oh, yeah, I
me
forget.
is I kind of feel like we're not going to get a Halo Wars 3, even though Halo Wars 2 is a fantastic game. Because
Why you say
Yeah.
that?
I don't know if it's sold as well as they.
I wish that Gravemind shit was real. That shit looks so cool. But the
Yeah.
fact that they actually did the Flood DLC and the Gravemind
I think
shit.
Gravemind's coming back in the next Halo. I think it's a very strong possibility that the next Halo is going to be AI, Gravemind, and Banished, all in one
Yeah.
game. and
Looking
it's
at
gonna be
that,
absolutely nuts.
looking at that fake ass shit, it made me think of what kind of game it would be if it was like a Halo horror game.
Yeah. that'd
You
be
know,
cool.
that shit would be dope. If you're just playing as like a Marine or something, it was just like a horror game. Shit
Yeah,
would
that'd be cool.
Made by the
Yeah, I
guys
feel
who
like-
made Alien Isolation or something.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it's funny because they are. Yeah, that is what they are. Well, yeah, I feel like the flood stuff has huge implications on like the Halo future as far as even like there's a lot of stuff that has to converge for Halo 6. So you have to really address all that
and the
stuff. And
ending of
please
Halo
do not.
Wars 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Oh.
spoil it or anything, but play through. If you want an insight on where Halo 6 is starting, play Halo Wars 2 to the end, and why. Or
Yeah.
if you don't care about playing Halo Wars 2, go watch the ending on YouTube.
Yeah, please do not resolve this in a comic book 343.
No,
That's
please.
stupid.
Yeah, please don't do that. We really.
Yeah.
The story
Hey, they can make a
DLC to
fucking
Halo
podcast
5,
about that shit though. That what was that shit called again? Hunt the
Um,
Truth was
Hunt the
dope,
Truth.
man.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was good.
Honestly, they should have had a Halo 5 story DLC, which was Master Chief
Hunt the
meeting
Truth.
back up with Blue Team and fighting the Didact.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I want Hunt the Truth the game, man. I don't know how many times.
No,
you
I
guys
agree.
said
That
that shit was so good.
fucking awesome.
Maybe if it was just,
Well,
if
you
even
missed
if
it. We
it's
were
like a
talking about it
Telltale game.
earlier, how they have such great writers, but they don't give them a chance on these games.
I don't know who did that shit. Whoever did that shit need a fucking promotion.
It's the guy. I think it was one of the guys that wrote the books. Like they have fantastic writers for the books and the universe, but they don't use them for the games.
The voice acting was just amazing. Like I think that's
Yeah,
like the
definitely.
best shit. I listen to a lot of audio podcasts where it's like story shit. Like there's like a We're Alive or They're Alive or what?
We're
like
Alive
zombie-
is fucking awesome.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it They're Alive or We're Alive?
We're
Whatever
Alive.
the fuck it's called. That's good, but that Hunt the Truth shit is better. Like far as like voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of marketing material that should have been, inserted into the actual game, like as a precursor. Like even some of the comics, even if they have to do like a motion comic, just put it in there so people will be up to date with the stuff. Don't just leave it out. But well, getting back to the topic for prophecies thing, I do think it was a big messed up not to show a new IP. It's cool that we know they're coming, but
Hey, I'm gonna be a
expectations were so
fanboy
high.
for a second. They did so super
Yeah.
lucky still.
No, yeah, it's true. I mean, although it's interesting that Phil referred to that as a first party in an interview. I was like, huh. That's weird. I mean,
Yeah,
I
who's
understand what he's
working
saying,
on
but
it? Like, I saw the
yeah,
developers, and I still don't know who the fuck's working on it.
yeah, it's like Play. Was it what they call Play Studios or something like that?
Something like that. It was really odd.
Yeah, it was strange he referred to them that way. I don't know if maybe if he just saying that because it's a second party game or if they actually bought the studio. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent 2017. You got Cuphead, Forza 7, Crackdown 3, Super Lucky's Tale. That's a nice diverse bunch. Maybe not what we expected. I mean, as far as it's not as plentiful as what Sony has, but man, it's something. 2018 looks a little better. We got Ashen, State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, or even I don't know. That's to be announced, but I have a feeling there'll be a late 2018 game. Halo 6, and I don't want to say Forza Horizon 4 because like sadly that kind of makes an expectation that you're gonna have Forza Horizon 4 every other year, which I mean it's fine, but it's at
There
the
is
same
still
time it's
that
very
rumor
predictable.
that they were working on a different Forza game that never
Right.
came to fruition that year. And I know a lot of people were like, well, that's bullshit. But Dan Greenwald himself said they were working on something else. So could be another Forza Horizon, could be something completely different. I'm hoping it's something completely different, although I know a lot of people want another Forza Horizon.
Yeah, I just feel like it would be too predictable because you can already see like their kind of pattern, and I feel that that's kind of bad. I would like to have some unpredictability there,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean the future that looks brighter because of the X. So we have a nice capability and a nice capable platform to show off like first party games, but that's a problem because we don't have any great first party games to show off the system. That's a big issue for now. So and also the future of Xbox looks a little very cloudy now. You know, it's not because we everybody was expecting Microsoft to show their hand and for maybe the next couple years even, but I mean, that's unrealistic. But still, we wanted to see more of what they had to offer. The people who were kind of let down by the whole scale bound stuff, the Fable
Well, we
Legends.
didn't need to see the next few years. We just needed to see a new big IP just to so
Yeah,
they were working on them.
yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I think people would have been fine without seeing like a gigantic, like, here's 5 new games that aren't coming out for 2 3 years. Like, I think people wouldn't, of course, people would have liked to see that. But I think it would have been fine if they had just, like, maybe like 11 months from now, a game that was like, here's a new big IP we're working on. But that didn't happen. So, uh, like,
Yeah,
I'm still happy with State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, Forza Motorsport 7, Crackdown 3. It's still a good amount of games. It's still good games that I'm interested in, but at the same time, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Like I said, if they got to this point, if they got to the C3 and still did not announce a new big IP, this is the time to complain. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna die on that hill. Uh,
I agree. I mean, the only good probable thing that can happen is maybe Microsoft has another event mid-year or something before E3 because I feel like E3 is way too far to be kind of like waiting for so long, and it's bad enough that we have to wait until September for these new IP, well, not new IPs, but these Microsoft published games like Cuphead, Forza, and all that stuff. So it sucks that we have to wait that long. So to wait even longer for just more announcements, like for till the end of the year, that really sucks. So
the
I
only
do hope
thing
between Gamescom, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The only thing that's really working in Microsoft's favor right now is the fact that Sony has fucking nothing. I mean, they got the
Yeah.
DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn and last Uncharted, but other than that, this year they have Final Fantasy 15 Fisting and they have GT Sport,
Mm.
and
Yeah, we'll
that's
have
it.
some other ones, Nino Kuni,
No,
and I
yeah,
think
but
they have
I'm
some
talking about first
smaller
party
games.
here.
Right, right.
I'm talking first party games, and that's their first party for the rest of the year. And I called that was going to be the first party for the rest of the year, not the DLC, but GT
Mm.
Sport. Because a lot of people were expecting, God of War to be this year and all that. And I can definitely say people could say they lucked out. They lucked out that Sony was not able to. But, I'm surprised Sony didn't announce God of War for 2017 just to delay it. They've done it with every
Yeah, that's
You
other
what they
funny
usually do.
fucking game.
motherfucker. You right.
They do it with every other fucking game. They did it with Bloodborne. They did it with Uncharted 4. They did it with fucking
They've done
Horizon
it with
Zero
every game that
Dawn,
they announced. I mean,
yeah,
AAA
every
game.
big game in fall they've announced they've delayed till the next year. I guess they
I
kind of
think
Yeah.
they
just
learned their
a
lesson.
Yeah, they kind of they were like, you know what, we're not going to announce God of War for 2017, which is fine. Give the game the time it needs to be a great game.
Yeah, Sony did have. Dritz said in the comments that they had a crazy first half of 2017. Yeah, they have a really good first half. So they don't. I guess they can kind of, lay low a little bit and then let the the third party stuff pick up the slack for the holidays. But yeah, it would have been nice to have at least one or two more known first parties for the holiday for the Sony guys.
I'm
But
going to use my same. I'm going to die on this hill and use the same argument. If you don't care about JRPGs, no.
I'll say
Yeah.
this, but take the JRPG shit out of it. If Sony didn't have that kind of help from these third party, people putting it only on
they'd have
PlayStation,
shit. Yeah.
it wouldn't be as good. It'd just be Horizon really and Gravity Rush.
And Horizon
The
wasn't
only
even supposed
first
to
one.
be this year. It was supposed to be last year. And
Yeah.
one big thing,
So it
big
was
hill
Gravity
I
Rush,
will
actually.
definitely die on is the fact that last fall,
$3.99.
last fall, Microsoft had a big fall. They had Gears of War 4, they had Forza Horizon 3, they had ReCore, they had Dead Rising 4. Sony had fucking The Last Guardian. And then in the beginning of 2018, Sony had a good 2018. And then all of a sudden, everyone forgets that Microsoft just had a huge fall.
I'll say that's probably why they delayed State of Decay. I'm not sure that it wasn't ready or whatever. I think that they don't want to compete anymore in the fall like they have been. They want to try launching the game earlier in the year. Well, I think where Quantum Break kind of did get that opportunity because when that come out in April,
Something like that. Yeah.
around there, yeah.
So I mean, I think they're going to shoot for like a February or something like that,
State
which
of
I think
Decay is a good summer game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
if that got to come out before E3 next year.
Yeah,
come out.
I mean early summer, spring.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mean like August.
All those games got to come out. Well, the only thing is that who knows when Red Dead's coming out? If fucking Red Dead comes out in, March or something like that, it's gonna eat everything's lunch around it. But I really think Red Dead's not gonna launch until the fall.
I think.
But
it's
when
gonna
did
be
when
the
did
fall
Grand
game.
Theft Auto 5 come out? Did that come out at the end of the year when it came out?
Which launch?
Well, the regular consoles. I never really bought I did buy it eventually for Xbox One, but I've only played it like 2 times. But whatever. Fuck Rockstar.
Yeah.
They're fuckers saying they're not going to release it on.
Shit! Did you see their comments about fucking microtransactions?
Oh, we can have more.
Yeah, we could do better. we could do
That's nuts, man.
more. Grand Theft Auto 5 released in September 17th.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So maybe it'll come out then.
I will
and
say
then
Crackdown 3 is kind of in a shitty position.
Yeah, that's November 7th, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a long.
weird,
I think
man.
it'll do good as a launch game.
Yeah,
But
I think
the
I
fact
think
they
that-
didn't
yeah.
show that multiplayer when they showed the console the first time, I think this is going to hurt it.
well, there's also
Yeah.
time between now and then. Too.
Yeah. But you make your biggest impression.
No,
at
no,
E3.
Of course, I completely agree. Your E3 is the so.
Yeah, they should have. If they had showed it then, I mean, I think that it'd be like number 1 on Amazon along with the console or something.
I think
People
that's
be
really,
like-
and I agree with Juris T. Is that's really what's been hurting Microsoft a lot this generation is they drop all their exclusives in the fall, and they're competing with fucking everything.
Oh yeah, that's why I think that those games got delayed. Well, Sea of Thieves, I knew it wasn't gonna come out, but that's why I think State of Decay got delayed.
Yeah.
But we
Because
gotta
it's
have
gonna be
something to
in-
play in the fucking fall besides Forza, man. Shit, not everybody want to race cars. God damn it,
Well, there's Crackdown. Super Lucky's Tale.
I want to throw some cars.
Well, the nice thing about Scorpio is that you're getting all the enhanced games too, and that will help. That'll help dampen the blow. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to.
I want to go back and play no old shit, man. Come on. Only
But,
thing I'm playing
hey,
old
well,
is everything else.
You
I'm
do
playing
have to
right
admit
now.
it will dampen a blow a bit. Just a
Yeah,
bit.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, of course.
Not a whole lot, but it will dampen the blow. Like
I
having
can't wait for
seven-
everybody to see Witcher 3.
Oh yeah,
That's what I can't
when
wait
Witcher
for.
3 is like
Checkerboard.
I played it on PC.
Yeah.
Checkerboard, Witcher 3. But
Is it going to be checkerboard?
No, just kind of, I wouldn't be
It's
surprised because
probably gonna be
Sony's.
dynamic like the first one,
Yeah,
or like the
yeah,
original release.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be
nice.
because I can run it. I can run it pretty. I can run it at ultra at 1440p on my computer. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I wouldn't be
doubt
surprised.
you can
Something
probably
similar to
run
that.
that shit
Yeah,
at 4K. Like
yeah.
with some of the settings turned off or something, whatever. So
Uh,
And we also have to take into account like there's also some unknown stuff that Microsoft has. The Studio Gobo stuff, the Sega
oh my god,
partnership.
Studio
So
Gobo.
yeah, as weird as that sounds, but I think they do have also that Capcom IP that might be exclusive to Xbox. So
Do you
they
think?
do have
Hey,
a
do you think that's what
yeah.
he was talking about when he said, "I just signed a deal"? You think he's talking about fucking Studio
no,
Gobo?
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
No,
No.
I don't know. I think it's like probably a newer deal. I'm guessing.
Steph, don't come on my podcast and troll you, son of a bitch.
I'm just asking him. I mean, I'm just putting the puzzle pieces together, baby. That's all I'm
We
doing,
got a big
man.
ass puzzle on this table. Ain't many puzzle pieces.
I mean, I just signed a deal, and then these Studio Gobo comes out right before E3. You fuckers got everybody here guessing, talking about
If you
Fable
want a
and shit.
timeline for when he probably signed these deals, I would say around
Uh-huh.
the time Scalebound was canceled. Because you go back and listen to his interviews and stuff where he talked about this stuff, and he literally said,
Oh, so
um,
January 1st is
I
that when
would
it got
say around
canceled?
that, the beginning of 2016 is when he probably signed a lot of these deals and got the ball rolling. Because he said one of the reasons they went and they ended relationships and they canceled these games is
That's
because,
fucking sucking money out of them.
well, yeah, that, and he straight up said that they did it so they could reorganize their first party effort. Like they literally
Yeah,
did that so they can go out there and set up new deals and get new stuff started.
yeah.
Well, you look at Scalebound. Was it $40 million? Fable Legends was 70 million.
No,
Like that's
for Scalebound was more than
was
$40 million. I
it
want to
like
say,
50
I think it
something?
was as. No, I want to say it was up there with that game been in development since 2012 or
Yeah,
2013.
like
Crazy.
that's
Yeah, I think
another
it was like
70
60
million.
something.
That's almost like $200 million they've lost just on bullshit that never got released. That's fucking
Yeah, that's on
nuts.
them though. Yeah, that's on them
No, it's
for
on
fucking
them
them.
definitely. It's fucking on
Yeah,
them
especially Fable.
because
But yeah, I mean, they do have to distribute. They have the option, I guess, to redistribute whatever's left over and kind of recoup whatever they can. So
All those
okay.
lost assets. Damn.
yeah.
Let
Oh,
me
for Scalebound?
see.
Scalebound,
Fable
Fable
Legends.
Legends. What
I am
else?
hoping that they're using the assets for Fable Legends to make another Fable, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that other game that they didn't cancel but they're not making anymore? Shanghai Heist. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that'd be
shit.
nice.
Dude, I was so sure that it was gonna get perfect art, man. Because remember I said
I
something
know.
old, but they ended up the something old was Crimson Skies and fucking Dustin somewhere probably with a smile on his face, just
Yeah.
in the whispers of me saying
Me
it.
and Dusty were sitting right next to each other watching the stream in 4K, and Crimson Skies came up. He fucking just
Yeah, shit-eating
fucking
grin.
screamed. Yeah. I
Probably pooped his
screamed.
pants a little.
Honestly, you know what? Let's just go ahead. I think we've been through enough news. I think we talked about most of the big stuff. Maybe we missed one or two things. If we did, we'll talk about it another time. Let's
Okay.
go over our top moments. My top moment was probably Metro Exodus because I was fucking hyped for that shit. I thought it looked awesome. And Forza Motorsport 7, of course. Everyone knows that's one of my top moments. But yeah, Metro Exodus looks fucking insane. I think that game looks great. I was more hyped for that than what I saw of Anthem, and I think Anthem looks awesome.
Okay. Quick question. So how they're gonna show the car next year at next year's E3?
I don't know,
So
man.
it came down from the ceiling, came from under the stage,
Behind a door.
fucking trap door or spinning door, some fucking clue shit, huh?
They're gonna fucking
What's
shoot
next?
on stage with a cannon next to you.
Shoot a cat shit.
That'd be great.
Fucking Phil's gonna cop a squat and shit a car out his ass.
Yeah.
Or Dan Greenwald, I should say. Dan's gonna cop a squat and shit one on stage. That'll be dope. But anyway, go ahead, Will. What's your top moment?
Oh man, that's a tough fight. I'll give it to you, stuff because I got to think about this.
Oh man, well, this is what
Man,
I'll
you can't
say.
even think of a moment you were excited in. Jesus, this is a bad E3.
I think my most hype moment was kind of something I didn't really watch. Just fucking scrolling on Twitter was saying that Monster Hunter is coming to Xbox.
Nice.
That's a huge deal for me. I probably on Wii U. Get this, Wii U. I've put in 700 hours in Monster Hunter on Wii U. So I'm a pretty hardcore player of Monster Hunter. That's like close to how much I played in Destiny. So that was pretty cool for me. Honorable mention, I will say probably actually getting to see like I know they said 4K textures or assets or whatever, but actually seeing what it looked like on my monitor, which I don't have a 4K monitor, I have like a 2K monitor, but it's still downsampled to my monitor because I could tell the difference. I could tell the difference.
Yes.
Like fucking Metro, like looked insane. Like when they were like setting the spider webs on fire and shit.
And that's not
was
like an Ubisoft game. Those games, they look how they sell it.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know?
well, the first Metro and the second Metro, both of those games on 360 and on Xbox One, they looked really good. I mean, I think
They're
I bought
amazing.
one of the Metros for like $3. Never played that shit. I don't even think I ever downloaded it, but I bought it just based off the graphics. So if that says something. And player battlegrounds, that shit. I've been wanting that to come to Xbox. I think I had told Tim that it was coming to Xbox, and he was all hype about it. He said, yeah, they need to get that on E3. Bruh, I try to tell him, wait till he comes back, huh? So whatever, so I can say that shit. But yeah, so those are probably the best moments. OG Xbox too. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's guess what games later before we end the show and see what we think was coming. Go ahead though, Will.
Well, I would say between Forza 7 and Metro, because I feel like that conference hit a.
I'm so
I
glad
would
that
actually say they
everyone's
hit a high
picking
note.
Metro. I'm sorry I interrupted you, but I'm just
That's
so
cool.
happy.
Metro, dude, that game
Yeah.
looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it was cool because like, well, at first like I was like, oh, what's this game? But I was, oh, you know what? It looks like Metro, so I like, oh yeah, it's probably Metro. But yeah, it was. I feel like because the conference hit a high note in those two parts with it, where they showed the beginning with that cool graphic, and then with the chips and different high definition color and like
Yeah.
the Master Chief
Man,
helmet.
I
I thought it
forgot
was
about
really
Anthem,
cool.
man. I just forgot.
Anthem
about
was
that.
cool too.
Anthem
But
looks
I feel like
great.
yeah, it looked great. But I feel like it hit a high note in those particular parts, Forza 7 and what do you call it? Metro.
Metro.
And yeah, Anthem was a nice ender, but it wasn't something I would end the conference with. But it was still a really nice highlight of the console's power, you know, because they said it was running on a Xbox One, so that was really nice.
The impressive thing about Anthem is how good it looked, with how far away it is.
The
Mhm.
crazy thing about that game that they showed that I peeped though was the fact that the land, sea, and air, like all three things they showed at once. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was dope. Like I didn't really realize that when I first watched the playthrough. When I went back and watched it, like some clips of it, and when he went underwater, like it wasn't just like some small section. It was like a whole nother world. Like it was crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
that game's gonna be fucking
It's gonna be huge.
I
dope.
said it on Twitter, and I'll say it again. That game looks like the Destiny we were promised.
Yeah.
It looks like how they described Destiny was going to be at first, like big open world. You go out and just it would be wild, and you had to go out there and just fight. Protect.
I'm already scared of the file size for that game. I mean, 200 gigs and shit. Like it's
Forza
ridiculous.
7's going to be the placeholder right now for the size of it's 100 gigabyte. It should be said.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It should be said that Microsoft, back with the Digital Foundry stuff, did say that if you're on an Xbox One S, you will not be getting the 4K version of games. You're going to be getting like the 1080p. You're not going to get all the texture, like all these textures you don't need. But if you get an Xbox One X, you're going to get the 4K version. I hope they give you the option. I hope on the Xbox One X you get the option if you just want the 1080p textures.
Who the fuck would get that shit and only want the 1080p textures.
You got people that live in areas where their internet is data capped to like 10 gigabyte, but at the same time, even then,
Bruh,
it's
don't
just
get
like,
an Xbox One X if you're
yeah,
not
it's a
gonna
good
play that shit
point.
at 4K.
No, I agree.
I mean, even if you're gonna downsample it to 1080p, which is what I plan on doing until the 4K monitor that I want. Which I might play it on a. I don't like playing games on big ass TV, so I don't know if I'll play it downstairs or not. But I plan on getting another 4K monitor that's going to be 1
Oh, did
millisecond
you
or
see
whatever.
someone was selling a Samsung Quantum Dot 1080p HDR10
Yeah.
FreeSync monitor that was
Oh,
$600.
600.
28 inches. Yeah.
600.
Let me
You
see if I can
lying,
find it again, and that I'll actually
bro?
go
You
ahead
better
and
drop
link
that
it.
shit in the chat.
Yeah. And
600.
that looked like a fucking awesome deal.
I wonder how many milliseconds it was though. See, the thing is, I play a lot
1
of competitive
millisecond
games.
in
What,
gaming.
Oh shit.
I
Oh
got
shit. Yeah, drop that shit in the chat.
shit. I gotta
That
find it.
Dude, that's how much I pay for my 2K monitor I got right now. The reason why it was so expensive is because of the refresh rate's really high. And
The only reason I wouldn't want to go with a smaller. That's the only reason I wouldn't get
I
it.
think I got a 24 inch. No, I got 32. I got a 32. No, it's 24. It's a
Okay.
24 inch. I
So
think that
this
match.
would actually be bigger.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah. Hopefully, it's not a
it's a
wide
good
screen
monitor.
though.
Yeah, it's good to monitor for your bathroom.
No, it looked like it was 16 by 9.
A
Yeah, it's good
bathroom.
for the
Man,
bathroom.
get out of here, dude. I play on a computer desk. I play on my computer desk. I'm dual screen right now.
That's fair.
Dual
That's fair.
screen.
Oh, by the way, Jason, for Forza 7, they did announce in the Daily Show, the Maple Valley's coming back and Suzuka. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I heard the licensing for Suzuka was extremely expensive.
Well, I'm so glad they got it. And plus,
Yeah.
the details regards to the lighting, it's time of day, but it's advanced, right? Like it's like fast day to night cycles, or is it just weather?
It's kind of odd. It seems
What?
like you don't have dynamic weather on every track. Apparently, on they're saying that like tracks like in Saudi Arabia, that Abu Dhabi track is not going to have thunderstorms because it's
That makes
in the
sense.
middle of a desert.
Yeah, they did mention that before for the previous one too, I
You
think.
think is there going to be snow in the game? When are they going to have snow?
Uh,
Maybe in the Suzuka.
Snow, bro. They need some snow. I want to see what their snow looks like
I
in
mean, they
Forza
had
7.
snow in Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah, but that's
So-
alright.
Yeah.
Though. That's
Or
different.
maybe in the Alpine, the Swiss Alps, maybe they'll have snow. I don't know, maybe.
Snow, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if they don't have dynamic weather in certain spots, but I do hope they have the time of day and dynamic weather in parts that even nighttime, stuff for racing, like for where it makes sense. So that'd be cool.
Okay, I think this is a less expensive one that's not Quantum Dot, but this is a FreeSync. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's a FreeSync.
Oh, FreeSync.
Skype chat or Mixer chat?
I just put it in all the chats using Restream. It's 4K, 1 millisecond, 60 hertz.
Bro, that's
FreeSync.
that's $400, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying this is the I think a cheaper version of it, and it's 1 billion colors, so it should be HDR10.
Wow, that's an impressive monitor, man.
I'd have to
So,
look
that has-
see
yeah.
if I can find the other one.
Bro, that's cheaper than the one I got right now. Fuck you. How you find this?
Let me see if I can find the
Jason-
other one,
Jason got that hookup.
because I know there's one that's Quantum Dot.
Oh, I'm bookmarking this. I'm buying that shit.
Is it this
Getting
one?
this on my score.
It looks even cheaper than they were saying it was. I'm sorry, people. I know this might be a little.
I wonder how many
I'm trying
hertz
to
it
get
is.
it
It's probably only 60 hertz.
Yeah, here's the Quantum Dot 28-inch one that's $500.
What's the difference between that and this? The quantum dot.
Quantum Dot does, I think it does colors better. Or Quantum Dot I think has to do with the lighting on the screen, and it does a better job. The nice thing is these are all I think 1 millisecond in gaming mode.
That's an amazing monitor, man. That has everything. I would definitely go for it.
Yeah, you need to get you one, Will. Stop making fun of me for having one.
Here's a 49-inch QLED gaming monitor, 21 by 9 for $1,500.
Ah, fuck that shit. That's too big for me.
That's what she said. No.
I heard that before. Wonder if there's any USB ports on this. I don't see that part.
All right. Should we go?
You dropped the other one in the
this?
chat.
What?
You did drop the other one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Should we go ahead and end this, or would you guys like to talk about Jim Ryan's comments?
You better talk about that shit. Come on, bro. Keep it going.
You want to talk about Jim Ryan?
Yeah, let's talk about Microsoft new PR guy.
leave it to Sony. Leave it to Sony's own marketing head of Europe to call the PS4 Pro the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, did you see what Shannon Loftus said about that shit?
No, what did she say?
Yeah, she retweeted it and said something about, I forgot. Let me find that shit.
That's
she said something about
mental.
it. My boo said something about it. That's my boo. That's my gaming boo. Shout out to Shannon Loftus.
Hey man, check out this monitor. I'm gonna put a link. It's a 32-inch quantum dot HDR10 FreeSync.
Yeah, I want to say mine's is a 32. Man, I want to believe mine's is 30. No,
this is a curved one, and it has.
I don't want no curved shit. I don't want no.
And it goes up to 144 hertz.
See, mine's is 144 hertz, so I might need that.
It's $700, but really that's not bad for a 1 millisecond monitor.
No, it's not bad. I think I paid $5. No, mine was $500, but I called it on sale for $479.
And it has FreeSync 2 support.
Yeah, I'm a fucking Nvidia gamer, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, this is for the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead. What is his statement besides that? He said some other shit too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he said some great shit. Okay, let's see the backwards compatible shit. He was apparently at an event where they had Gran Turismo running. They had all the old Gran Turismos, and he said who would want to play that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sony is selling fucking PS2 games on their service.
I know, it's such a weird thing.
And not to mention, there's a lot of people that if they made Gran Turismo backwards compatible, where you could play all the old ones, there's quite a few people that would play them. He also did what else did he say? He said, fuck, why can't I remember it? I need to bring up that picture I made because I put all his quotes on there. I don't know if you guys saw that picture I made. It was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw it because I got like fucking 40 notifications for that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, the funniest one is me too.
The crossplay
is the GIF. Well, yeah, the one with is a GIF of him like from I think it was a Gamescom with the camera pans in and out like all like awkwardly from that bad thingy. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Crossplay. They said they're not going to do crossplay because that children play Minecraft and they don't feel like they could protect the children if they opened to crossplay with other networks. Sony, you have the worst record of protecting people, and Nintendo is allowing it. It was funny because the guy at Eurogamer that was interviewing him about him, when he said this, Jim Ryan said, "I can see your eyes are rolling," and it was like, yeah, they probably were.
Yeah. So like, why did he say that? That doesn't make any sense. He's so stupid.
And then he went on to compare the Xbox One X to the PS3, saying that
what?
He said that even though the PS3 was the most powerful device, people developed for the Xbox 360 because it was the lowest common denominator, comparing it to the PS4 Pro. No, that's not true, bro. Why they developed for the Xbox 360.
The CPU was fucking horrible. That's why.
They developed with the Xbox 360 first, because developing on the PS3 was a fucking nightmare. And then they also said that the Xbox One X has supposed power. Supposed power.
I was listening to this guy on YouTube
they just
talking
about him to shut up.
Go ahead.
Like,
yeah. I was listening to this guy on YouTube. Apparently, like in the PS3 days, they would send out dev kits and they'll be in fucking all Japanese. Like
Oh
it
my
used to be like
God.
that. Yeah, back then.
That's
And
fucking
like,
insane.
even if you wasn't, even if you didn't speak it or nothing, like they'd have to translate all the code to fucking English.
That's
Oh.
fucking insane.
So yeah, that is insane. That's why it was so horrible. That's funny. But anyway, yeah, that guy's a douche. And he's really hurting. He's hurting Sony's
Oh, yeah.
shine that they had. He really is. I mean, move out the way, Don Matrick. Here comes Jim. He's coming.
He's trying to set
Yeah.
that new record.
Bro, he almost said the exact same thing. We have that conversation. Like he was almost there at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
he was on the cusp of
all we need is a picture of him looking like he's scared and he's about to shit his pants
yeah.
with his mouth open.
Ah, Jesus. But honestly, Sony would have had a better E3 if that guy wasn't there. I think
Yeah.
what I said on Twitter is Sony fans didn't like what Phil Spencer said. No one liked what Jim Ryan said.
What didn't they like that Phil said?
They didn't like that Phil said that PS4 Pro is not exactly a competitor to Xbox One X. They didn't like a few things he said, but it's people like on gaff. Of course, they didn't like what Phil Spencer said. It's gaff.
Yeah, the 60 frames per second thing too.
Yeah, they didn't like that either. But
What did he say about 60 frames per second?
He was like, "Why do you care about 60 frames per second?" Or either that, or he was like, or
no,
people don't
see,
care.
People
I have
took
to
what
source
he said out
it.
of context. He said
Yeah.
he was saying that casual gamers, a lot of casual gamers they don't know what 60 frames per second is. Like the guy that buys an Xbox to play Madden, like they don't buy because he was saying it in response to people saying that they should require 60 frames per second. And he was saying that you had for one, they're not going to force anyone to do anything. And two, that forcing it doesn't matter for a large segment of the people that play gaming, because you got a lot of people that just buy it, play Madden. They don't know what 60 frames per second is. They don't care about it. You know? Those kinds of people do not give a shit about that kind of thing. And it's true, they don't. And then people had a heart attack because he said that.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Go ahead.
Witcher 3 is 30 frames a second. Destiny is 30 frames a second. Like
Exactly.
Horizon 3 is 30. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for the wide majority. It's just it's a high goal people want to achieve with these higher powered systems, but it's gonna take a while, man. It's not gonna be like right away.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it's weird is that people who, like I was talking to this guy on Twitter today, he said that he's upset. He's realizing that the Xbox One X is just like going to be like the Pro. And I don't see how people don't realize that the games that are made to be 30 and 60 frames per second will be 30 and 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
They're not magically going to be 60 frames per second. But they're saying like, well, if you just do it at 1080p,
Doesn't work that way. If it's CPU
well,
bound,
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
there's some stuff that where you can't. I mean, I can do that on PC. I can run stuff at higher resolution and lower frame rate, or I can run it at a high frame rate and a lower resolution. I can do that on my PC. Yes, it does work. It does work that way. But the thing is that that's something that Microsoft can't control. They can't say, hey, and get they can't make them do both. That's even though it
they're not
is
gonna
just a
force
toggle
them.
screen. It's not PC. It's not PC. So, I don't expect every game to have all the options, but some games will have. I mean, look at Tomb Raider for PS4 Pro. There's like 3 or 4 different ways. What I can say is that the games that Microsoft make will have they'll either be 4K 60 or they'll have options. I think like Crackdown, they already said it's going to be 30 frames. So that means that you're not going to get a fucking 1080p ultra version with 60 frames per second, which I don't know if I would want that. If the game's made to be 30 frames per second, I don't know if I'd want that. But I mean, what I will do is I'll fucking play it on my PC at 60 frames per second if I really want to play it at 60 frames per second, because you know what? If I buy it on Xbox, I get it on PC too. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
but I understand though why some people would be upset because it is Microsoft, the PC guys who know what some people expect when you're talking high end stuff, but it still is a console at the end of the day,
Well,
though. So
it gets into the territory of people expecting. It gets into the territory of what we were talking about earlier before you were on, of people somehow thinking the Xbox One X is a competitor to high end PC gaming. It's not.
that's
It's
not a competitor. It's just an
It's just an
option.
option. It's an
Yeah.
option.
Yeah.
Microsoft has come out time and time again saying this is an option for people. It's not like Andrew House coming out and saying we made the PS4 Pro to prevent people from going to PC. It's not. That's not what they said. That's not what they're doing. It's not the point of Xbox One X. And you know the PC. Honestly, as someone that's in the gaming, as people that are in the PC gaming ecosystem, as me and you are, Steph, this ecosystem's pretty fucking toxic. It's really toxic.
Well, I'm a loner when it comes to PC games, though. So
Yeah.
I mean, only thing I
Well,
will
most
say is when I
people
played
are.
WoW.
Most
Wow,
people are
like,
because it is so toxic.
Yeah, but I mean, I want to play my multiplayer games on Xbox or depending on what game on PlayStation, like
Yeah.
well, just like Uncharted or something like that. But with my friends, I don't have many PC friends. Like I just play like my single player games on PC, like The Witcher I play on PC. Evil Within I got on PC. What else I got on PC? Hitman I got on PC. Fucking let me scroll over. Actually all the Witcher games. I play South Park on PC, which I kind of regret because. I got it on Steam sale pretty cheap, but Skyrim I played on PC because of the mods, and then eventually all the mods came to Xbox. So, I mean I play a lot of games on PC. What else? Regretfully, I played Batman on PC, bro. Fucking Arkham Knight on PC, dude. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! I mean that game was beautiful, but like I could run it at ultra. But Jesus Christ, the frame rate on that game. There's even if you run it at low settings, you can't really get a stable 30 or 60 frames in that game.
Wow.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually it got better, but like the first 3 months for that game, it was hard to get even just to 30 frames in that game. But
Alright, I think we should go ahead and end this.
okay, that's cool.
We're getting pretty far.
Yeah, off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem. Don't apologize.
You just surprised there was no Batman? No, now I think about it, I just realized that.
I'm happy.
What's
there was no
Rocksteady?
Batman.
Rocksteady's new game. Where's that at?
I'm really fucking happy there was no Batman. We've had a lot of fucking Batman. But we're gonna go ahead and end the show, guys. We could go on for about another 5 hours. I do not want to do that. But yeah, go ahead and write us letters. Letters at xboxuncut.com. We're going to have a
Yes.
normal show next week at the normal time, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We had one at the normal time this time. But you know what I mean. We're going to have a normal show notes and all that. I just wanted to make sure we got over all the E3 news. Go ahead and write us. Ask us if you got any questions we didn't answer about E3 you want us to talk about, or any specific things you'd like us to discuss. Go ahead and write us in. We will definitely read pretty much all the letters we get that are reasonable. Don't send in some stupid shit because we just won't read it. Everyone have a nice day. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you guys listening.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out the chat, guys.
Yee. Thanks, guys. Later.